Okay, welcome to the Monday, June 1st, 2026 meeting of the Tufton Borough Board of Selectmen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, that was our call to order. We're going to open up with public input. I see we have quite a few members of the public here tonight. Public input. The floor. Someone, do you want to speak first? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. We have minutes from May 4th and May 18th. And I've had a couple of questions recently, emails about why these aren't posted on the website. And I want to remind everybody that in draft form, as long as we meet the standards of the RSA for posting minutes, which means available at the town offices, we have met our requirement. It's not required that we post them on the website or the video on the website. We do post it on the website as a courtesy. But RSA is that they're available in-house, and they're available within 5 days.
So can we discuss this point?
Sure.
I think we should put them up on the website when they're in draft form so that people can see what's been going on, because we have minutes here that go back a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so you're forcing the citizens to come into the office and ask for something which we can easily post up on the website. And as a municipal association says, you just put draft on it. I mean, if they're available within 5 business days, they're also available to put up on the website in 5 business days.
Perhaps. But my point is that we've met the RSA by having them available within the time limit. If you're suggesting we make it an internal policy, you can certainly make a motion, and we can vote on that to make it an internal policy.
So made.
All right, a motion's been made to put the minutes on the website within the same period that the draft form is completed. Did I get that right?
That's correct.
Okay. I will need a second to discuss this further.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been seconded, and we can open it up for discussion. Do you want to elaborate on that further?
I just believe that we should be transparent about what's going on here, and the sooner the better.
Transparency is good. I've always been one for being transparent, but there may be times, for one reason or another, whether it be staffing or holidays, or there may be any number of reasons that even though that they're here, they may not be available to put on the website.
I'm assuming that we use some kind of word processing software to write the minutes that are to be available for dispersion.
Mhm.
So on that same idea, creating a PDF from a word processing document that can then be put up on the internet that's a 2-minute process.
Are there any reasons why we couldn't? That making this a policy would be difficult for the people in the building who actually do that process?
It might be a week, because your meeting, for example, 5 business days would be like next Monday. So I just make sure it's like 5 business days.
Well, we're complying with the
not 5
RSA,
days.
so if it says 5 business days, it says 5 business days.
Okay, I just didn't read that most recently. And my question is that for all committees, is it for Parks and Rec and Planning, Zoning, Conservation?
I think we're just discussing.
We're talking about ours right
the
now.
selectmen.
Well, I just wanted to clarify that.
I mean, I support transparency. You know that for the 5 years that I've been sitting here. But I want to make sure that there's no reason why we can't. The other end,
No, but I don't see a reason.
the
why.
devil's advocate.
Yep, I don't see a reason why we can't.
All right. Any other
And I think
Okay.
having the PDF, even if the video's uploaded, not everybody has 3 to 4 hours to watch, which is a
Yeah,
shortened
lately.
version of how long our meetings have been lately. So having a PDF to skim through and get an idea of what's happening, I think it's beneficial.
Okay.
For
Are we
people.
talking about just the minutes being posted, or are you talking about the video as well?
Motion was only with respect to the minutes.
Okay.
I just wanted to say the benefit of the minutes is you can read these in 10 minutes
Mhm.
versus spending hours watching the meetings.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any further discussion?
No.
A motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, that being said, we've got minutes from May 4th. I assume everybody has had the chance to, you've had the chance to review the minutes. Are there any additions, deletions, other corrections?
I didn't have any changes to the 4th myself, no.
Pardon me?
I didn't have any updates to the 4th.
No, I'm good
Did
there.
you?
Okay. Entertain motion?
I motion to accept the Monday, May 4th minutes as presented.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And same with the May 18th. Any additions, deletions, other corrections?
Is this the one that mentions something about me talking about the internet and that came back? I didn't bring my copy. Oh, well. Okay,
Right
was it-
here, yes.
Raise questions, fiber internet based on competition. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that part.
I think I recall you asking a question about how we selected the internet company, whether it be Spectrum or Consolidated or New Hampshire Broadband. And I'm fairly certain that we discussed when we selected it for this building, Consolidated was the only one that was available at the time. So
Okay.
we jumped on board. But now we have
Maybe it was just because it was
multiples.
combined with the other part of the conversation about the checks, signing the checks.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to change?
Yeah, that's
to
fine.
that?
I'll leave it as it is. It's not critical.
I was going to suggest under the part with Chris Rule from the transfer station to add that he provided a copy of the 1992 adoption of the ordinance regulating picking of rubbish,
Mhm.
since that addressed one of the town members'
Yeah,
concerns.
we have a copy of that here.
Yes, so maybe just adding that he had provided that for us to review.
Did you provide it that night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That should be the sixth line up from that paragraph that you're addressing.
Is it
Six
in there
line up from
already?
the bottom. Sixth line up from the bottom?
Oh, okay.
No, from that paragraph.
Reviewed.
Right above consent calendar.
I see, okay, Ashley. Maybe just the wording
Okay, you're
of that, reviewed. Because I think it said 92 on there. I don't know how specific we want to be with that.
You're correct, it
Thank-
was 1992.
Okay, I will fix that. Not a problem.
Okay, and then under, maybe this is in here too, Ashley, but under with our meeting with Chief Hathcock, I had asked about those lighted speed signs near the school on Ledge Hill and Middle Road, and if they would be reinstalled. And we had a short discussion on that.
Not a problem, I'll add it.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, I would entertain a motion.
I motion to accept the minutes with the suggested changes for Monday, May 18th, 2026.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. Anything else? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Thank you.
I did email the minutes from the 4th. That would be the sealed minutes. I didn't know how else to provide them. Or if we want to vote on them, or if I print them for next meeting.
Well, I only have it in email, so we should probably have a paper copy.
Okay, before we vote on them.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
Okay.
that next week.
There are 2 non-publics from the 18th. They're in the red folder. One sealed, one unsealed.
Those them.
Read one, I'll read the other.
This is the unsealed one.
Yes, this is unsealed.
The 656 are the unsealed.
Okay.
The 710 are currently sealed.
And the 656 one, so have we accepted these yet?
You have not.
All right, then we have minutes from May 18th. The minutes from 6:56 PM. We have all had the chance to read them, and we motioned to unseal these minutes. They will be open to the public once accepted.
So made.
So made. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
This is the sealed one, right?
Mhm.
Do you need a similar motion?
Yeah.
Motion?
Yep.
So made.
And please add to remain sealed. Please, at the end of your motion, to remain sealed.
To remain sealed.
And I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and next is appointments. Our code officer. Come on up to the table.
55 building permits, 10 new houses. I've issued 10 certificates of occupancy, and I've done 263 inspections.
And those numbers are all year to date?
Year to date, yeah. Anything on the paving on the police station?
Well, we're gonna be, nothing from Chris. I don't think we have anything from Chris on the police station.
Okay.
I was in
I
there.
was in it last Friday, I think it was.
Yeah, I was there Thursday. I couldn't get in there. One of the buttons on the combination.
Yeah, you gotta push it and then pry it open, so the box is kind of tough to open, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Audrey?
I talked to the construction manager last week for a full update, and the epoxy's down and cured. His company was doing the grinding, so Heckman's could get in there and do the flooring. As soon as the flooring's done, the pavement will be done.
Okay.
Did they say the epoxy was done?
He said it was down and cured.
When was that?
I talked to him on the 26th.
Yeah, 'cause it doesn't seem finished to me, but.
Epoxy floors they can be rough, and
They didn't,
and I know that floor was rough to begin with, so.
right, but they didn't epoxy up the curb.
Oh, up the
It's
si- oh,
very
up
rough.
the sides?
It's like fish scale. I mean, it's really bad, so.
All right, well, maybe make a note
Right.
to talk to Chris about the quality of
Yeah.
that. And I was in there Thursday when they were just wrapping up from grinding. He said he was gonna come back and finish the edges, but I didn't see anybody in there Friday.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe
So
they've done it
I don't know if the
since, I don't
grinding,
know.
maybe, I don't know, but I don't know if the grinding has been done yet or not.
Alright. And they're supposed to come back and touch up that plywood ceiling, I guess, in the detention area.
So the plywood ceiling,
And that was always the finish.
I know. How do you feel about it?
It's terrible.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
In the holding areas, in the processing area where the holding rooms are, you've got sheet rock over plywood, or is it FRP?
It's FRP over plywood on the
FRP
walls,
over
and the
plywood.
finish on the ceiling is plywood with no drywall, just so it'll
Painted
last.
plywood.
Painted plywood, but they didn't fill any of the joints or nail heads. They just painted the plywood.
It's all aesthetics at this point. It's a holding cell.
What's the whole room? So the garage actually looks better than the holding cell. So and the garage is plywood as well. So.
So we've been asked to approve sheetrocking it and finishing it.
I wouldn't sheetrock it. I would just fill what's there. Still leave the finish as wood.
Just
Smooth. They just didn't fill anything.
just screw holes.
Screw holes in some of the joints, yeah. And then paint it. I mean, it should have been done originally.
But it wasn't in the contract
It-
or the
The
plans.
finished ceiling was plywood, so you would think the finished ceiling of plywood, whether it
Yeah.
be drywall or what, would be finished.
If they did it in the garage as well, right? You're saying
It's
the
the
garage
same garage, it's not
looks
taped
better?
and filled, but it's
Okay.
just a better quality job of the garage, so. That's all.
Do we want to?
I'd
Do we
pursue
wanna have-
Jack's recommendation.
Do we want to have a conversation with our construction manager first before we?
That's fine.
I think we should give him the opportunity to
Yeah.
respond. But I'm okay with going with Jack's recommendation, but I'd like to give him the opportunity to respond.
Okay.
It's not holding anything up.
No.
Okay. Is this a good time to talk about highway garage and plans moving forward?
Yeah, I had plans I gave set to Josh. I don't know if he's come back to anybody yet or not, or,
We're getting
No,
so,
he has not
Shake
given
that.
us a revised bid yet.
right, so.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we just wait this one out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great, thanks, Jack.
Parks and Rec.
You're holding half the show.
Hey, Dennis. You had a rainy night Friday night.
Yeah, it worked out though.
Yeah, good showing.
We're waiting, it was about probably 4:45. I'm waiting for the staff to show up, like at 5. We started at 5:30 pouring. But for some reason it stopped and we had 164 registered. I don't know if we had that many, but it was a really good crowd.
Good.
You know, the bad thing is Jenna didn't win the egg throwing contest.
I did not. But my daughter got third, so at least one of us placed.
The kids are just great athletes. There was one, the second grader, it was called Jump the Brook. We ran a number of things, sack races, Jump the Brook, egg toss, what was the other one with the rope there, tug of war. But her daughter missed, we went K through 2, and then 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. She missed the K through 2, so she asked to be in the older group. She took second place.
Excellent.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, they really did a nice job over there. The kids were all involved and
Yeah.
looking for the next activity and engaged the whole time. So
Awesome.
it was wonderful.
Yeah, I think I needed a change.
Pulled it
and
together.
The PTCO let us get in there and just do the whole thing, so.
Mm-hmm.
One of the highlights, I hate to tell you, was the moose from Camp Sentinel. It was pie in the face, so kids got a tin of shaving cream and they all got to, and I don't know. And Tucker, that's Kevin's son, so he's a professional.
Hopefully they got the costume all cleaned up. There was a,
Yeah, but he said it's good for
Shaving
the
cream
costume
on it.
because it just kind of makes it smell better and everything, so.
oh, there we go.
Anyway, it was a good day. I think too, what I liked was, out of our 9 commissioners,
selectmen, who's a commissioner. We had 8 of them there, which was, most of them were working, some were taking part, but they really come together pretty good.
Excellent.
So the Tiny Tug Soccer was class today, and again, I get up this morning in Wolfboro and it's raining on my deck. I'm there, oh man. Of course, I didn't want to disappoint you guys and take them up at the townhouse, so sure enough, cleared up by 9 o'clock and we had 2 classes, so that was good. They only got 3 more weeks left on that. A couple other things, we got tie-dye June 13th. That's coming up a week from this Saturday, right? Yeah, 10 to 12 at the beach. It's a free event. They can bring their own shirt. If they register by Friday, they'll get a free shirt. But we're gonna set the tent up for that because we don't want tie-dye stuff all over the pavilion. So we're gonna do that on the grass. The bad thing about Family Fun Day, I hate to bring it up, they're 7 in the morning setting up. I was there till about 8:30 that night. So we had 5 pop-up tents and the big tent because of the rain. Thank God we did. But we took the pop-ups, shrunk them down this way, and then pulled them together. I come back the next morning, 7:30, 4 of the 5 pop-ups gone.
Yeah, I lost mine too.
I should have laid them down or took them, but we're just gonna buy a couple more, I guess. So. We're doing Bike Safety Day, July 18th, 9:30 to 12. The firemen and the police are involved with that. This week we start yoga class this Friday, 8 to 9 on the beach. Also sailing program starts this week. The outrigger canoes, they've been going for a couple of weeks. The beach is almost set. What they didn't give us was the clips or whatever it is to run the swim lines going this way. So we went over and got them, and they're not installed yet, but we're gonna put them on. All the boundary lines are in. But my question, 20 Mile Bay, whose beach is that?
States.
Kami swore 100% was ours. The reason I say this, must have been 4 years ago, the doctors used to put them out. And they came to a selectmen meeting and said that they were getting too old. Could we take it over? So we did. And Zach just been doing it. But it's a long, long stretch. And I guess sometimes the boats, they do that to prevent the boats from coming way into shore. But I guess this past year, one of the boats hit the thing and it was way out. Long story short, that's like a volunteer job for Zach. So he was asking me about it. So I says, I don't know. So I went to Cam and she said, no, that's our beach. I says, how come no one's ever told me it was our beach? I've never cleaned it. I've never done anything down there. So, I mean, are we positive that's a state beach?
I wouldn't hang my hat on it.
Yeah, does anybody know?
It's in, the beach itself is in the state right away. The edge,
So we don't,
but there is a corner on the Melvin end that's not totally in state right away, that I know people park and sit there. But there's really no beach unless it's that corner anyway. But
I mean,
boats used to come in there and all tie up, and
yeah.
that's why they started.
Well, he's complaining too. I mean, it takes him like 4 hours to put them out and then bring them back in, bring them way up to the dump. So I think I told him, I says, get it done this year. We'll look at the budget next year, see if we can add a little more to do that if we're going to continue to do it.
I'd like to know a little bit more about the history. I mean, I certainly support Zach going out and doing it, even if we
Yeah.
have to pay him. But if it's something that became our obligation one way or another, either voluntarily or what, I'd just like to know the history.
Yeah.
It was,
This is Jackie Rollins talking.
because so many boats came in there,
Yeah.
tied up,
And it swims and stuff.
and so the people that lived at Carillon Shores, and I'm not sure if conservation, somebody else got involved, but they got permission from the state to put those there,
Yeah.
and they did it for years and
Yeah.
years, put those lines out. And then, as you say, they all aged out. So,
Yeah, no, is there an association with that gang? Because I know a lot of people clean it and rake it and stuff. No. They just do it.
no, I think whoever rakes it is people who like to use that part of the
Yeah.
beach.
Okay. All right, so we'll just go with that then.
Yeah, if you wanna put it in your budget next year to have
Yeah.
Zach do it, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, all right.
I can't speak for my other two.
No, I mean, it's something that's gotta be done.
But
because, you
we'll
know,
definitely talk about it budget season.
Yeah, okay, but we'll get by this year. Yeah.
I think you'll have to find out if, do they get a permit every year for the moorings, for the anchors for that?
I get
I was thinking this, they did, used to.
a yearly permit for our mooring for the boat museum.
But not at 20 Mile Bay.
No.
Yeah, so that's why.
But that's for the boat mooring, that's not for the line. She's talking about the lines, being able
Right.
to, being
I
able to
think
set
that's
those,
something we'll have to-
set those concrete blocks in the
Look
I've
water.
been here 8 years, I've never done one.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know
know
if that's a
either.
yearly thing, some lines or something.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
but-
I know there's a permit, when, what's his name, from Lang Pond Road, remember, a couple of years ago, they wanted to put lines there.
Yeah.
I did look it up, there is an actual permit for the
Right.
swim lines, so maybe you're right, maybe it's something you can do every year. I'm new at
I
this.
think the
I'm new,
people
I don't
that-
know what I'm doing.
Why don't
I
we
think
just
the people
investigate it?
Originally did it and no longer
Yeah,
here.
I should have asked you from the beginning.
But we do wanna do it right. So if you wanna take that charge and investigate
Yeah.
those lines.
I mean, does that mean we gotta do a 19-mile bay and Melvin Wharf too, every
No,
year?
boats don't anchor in there. They don't come
We're
there.
not talking boat moorings, we're talking just a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we put boundary lines up at both Melvin and 19 Mile.
No, the boats don't, you don't get 40 boats in there and all tie
No.
up together. They used to do it at 20 Mile Bay. The
Yeah,
only other place that they do it is on the other side of the lake in the state, like, what do you call that when they all tie up together?
Oh, rafting.
Rafting. It's just a couple places in the lake that they
Yeah.
raft, and they didn't want them rafting at 20 Mile Bay.
yeah.
Right, so they put out the lines.
Right.
But the question
I think
is,
they got permit
do you need a
from
permit from the state every year to put those concrete blocks
I'll find
in
out.
for the ramps,
Okay. Yeah.
for the ropes?
Right.
I know the water level's high.
Right now,
I
yeah.
mean, we
Still in the
normally try and
drought.
clean the 19 Mile beach to, you know, where the wall is to the water, but the water's right up to the wall.
Yep.
And we checked with the dock company and they said there's a dam or something, they're letting it out, but it takes time to go down.
Yeah, that's over.
Lakewood.
So our actual new docks are pretty much level with the water. And you can just barely, there's no
Mm-hmm.
gap there, but. Anyway, staffing, the beach cleaner, Everett's coming back, Everett Bowley, he's gonna start the first week in July. And beach monitors, we've got David Borowski and Christine Miller, so David's gonna do the majority and Christine will fill in, give him some time, weekends and stuff like that. A couple of quick things, Wolfwell, we're still waiting on results from that with our payment block there. It's just I bring it up to be a pain in the neck, I bring it up every meeting.
Well, Jenna's been working on that, and I assume,
Oh, okay, I know she mentioned something to me, I didn't know it was about the Wolfwell thing, so.
yeah,
We
do you
can
wanna,
talk about
do you wanna,
that.
do you wanna
Sure.
You wanna talk
we
about it?
can talk
I mean,
about
we're
it.
gonna talk about it at the Selectmen's updates, but since you're here, if you wanna talk about it
Either
now.
that or you can do it at a Parks and Rec Commission meeting. I know we got a big agenda and you got public hearings and everything. It's up to you,
Perhaps
Jenna.
we talk about it first and then I'll talk
Okay,
at their meeting, or either way,
well, it's in process.
yes.
Okay, yeah, let's wait for our commissions.
I feel like maybe we work out if there's anything we want to add.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
okay.
then,
Yeah, we haven't
We'll
talked about
present
it
it.
amongst ourselves yet, but Jenna's been actively working on it, and she's got a draft of a
Awesome.
proposal.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. The old Home Days Planning Committee, right now we got 17 events in 4 days, so the greatest thing about it, I think, is the community has come together between, churches, camps, library, conservation, historical, the Antique Car Show, Abenaki Tower, so. If you just quickly, I'm just gonna read some of them and then I'll end my report.
People that have, these are people that are, have committed to contributing?
Yeah, and then even like the camps, of course, one camp organizes all the food for the town picnic.
Mhm.
Another camp, it's their last week of actual camp, so they can't be involved, but he's doing all the marketing, all the signs, all the printing, so they're pretty, I'm impressed with the community, it's really good, but Animal Adventures, Callan Ramsey Concert, Pavilion Dedication, Historical Society, United Methodist Church, Antique Car Show, Kids Fun Day, which we're gonna repeat what we did the other night, in addition to a foam party with the dunk tank and the moon bounce, so, yeah. Kevin was gonna give us the moon bounce, and
A
they have
foam party?
foam party.
What's a
yeah.
foam party?
It's like a DJ, but they spray foam all over the place, and kids, it's just kind of a fun thing. Look
Any
at it.
environmental concerns about foam
No,
getting in the
no,
water?
it's all biodegradable, yeah.
Okay.
The town picnic, there's a presentation on the loons as part of the town picnic. Scavenger hunt, Abenaki Tower is doing something. Movies under the stars at the beach. We got the big screen showing it down there. There's a barn dance. I guess they used to call them contra dances, but it's going to be called a barn dance. There's a church service. There's free yoga on the beach, and there's a parade for dogs, bikes, and baby carriages. Yeah, so.
Who's running the contra dance, the barn dance?
Group from Sentinel, they have people that actually, I guess it's a call or whatever they do.
Yep.
Yeah, you do that?
No. No, but I know that Mike Hager was involved in contra dances years
Yeah.
ago up here at the townhouse.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's in that or not.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we'll have the stove and the fridge by then up there.
Might have a fridge. I don't think you'll have a
There you go.
stove.
I don't know who would be in charge of this, but I know at the Abenaki Tower last year there was some yellow jacket nests that had
Oh, there was?
formed and
Yeah,
some things. So I don't know, just to check that before.
yeah,
the
Karen's
event,
on
if
the
there's
committee,
gonna be-
I'll ask her about that.
Okay.
But she had ideas of just trying to promote Abenaki and taking these paratroopers and throwing them off, and different things like that. She actually wants to do a kite thing too at the beach, so. There's 17 events, like I say, there might be a few more we had, but we're pretty excited. Anything else?
So Dennis, you did sign Bob up for the dunk tank, right?
Well, I'm hoping. I mean,
Sure.
I like to see him at the events. He comes to every concert. I think he comes because of the concession, but
Maybe. The sunsets are pretty nice.
the sunsets are nice, yeah.
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 We got some kick-ass sunsets at that beach.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back at 6 for the public hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad you timed that. That's good. It's like an hour off.
I didn't make the schedule.
Dennis, before you go, I know there was one thing, it was in the report from the town. Did you guys see that with the recommendations that was sent through? Something with the townhouse, clearing out the townhouse. What was the name of the report?
Oh, that's joint loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dennis,
Dennis.
they're talking to you.
I don't think he wants to talk about it.
No?
Okay.
All right,
Maybe next time.
Next time, we're at 6. All right.
Road agent, how you doing?
Not bad, you?
Good.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome. So since last time I was here, we have ditched along most of the dirt roads. Most of it's been completed. We still have a few sections to do. We filled potholes on dirt roads as well as paved roads. Road grading has started. Lang Pond, Canaan, Sentinel have been completed.
When do you do grading at 19 Mile Bay Beach parking lot? You gonna do that soon, too?
Yeah, we can. Yep.
It's kind of lumpy.
Yeah. Well, the rain doesn't help either, but
Do you do Lamprey Lane, too?
yes. We're going to. We haven't done it yet.
That's on your short list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. The ice clusters at the end of Union Wharf dock section were pushed over by the ice this spring. We were able to straighten them out. The ice clusters were then driven down deeper into the lake bottom. We've completed some of the ditching on the roads that we intend to pave this year. We are experiencing a large number of beaver dams and culverts this year. It's a very large number. All the catch basins have been cleaned and should be good until next year. Signs at the end of Union, or on Union Wharf, were installed to prevent cars from blocking the fire lane to the dock. New signs were ordered to prevent trailers from parking on Route 109 on the beach side. And once these are installed, it may put us over budget for the sign replacement budget line. We didn't really budget for that. Nobody said anything about it last fall when I had to put the budget in. The last few heavy rain and windstorms have created a lot of cleanup for us, cleaning up tree debris, sand off of roads, and repairing washouts along road edges. I have contacted 4 paving companies, and we've only received 2 quotes. I feel like we really need to get this started as soon as we can. The longer we wait, the further out we'll be on the paving. Companies are filling their schedules quickly, and I'm pushing to get the paving done this month if possible. We usually try to always get it done June whenever possible.
So I have 2 questions.
Yep.
The signs for the trailer, no parking for the trailers, what do you see as a timeline for that? Only because Jamie thought it would be done for Memorial Day, and that wasn't the case.
Well, they have been ordered. I guess I'm hoping I'll see them this week. If we see
Okay.
them this week, and we'll get them up as quick as
Okay.
we can.
How many did you order?
5, I think it was 5.
Okay, that should be more than, that should be enough.
Yeah, I mean,
I was thinking 4, but 5 is fine.
yeah.
Sure.
Or you install 4 and you have the 5th if
Whatever.
something happens to one of
Yep.
those signs.
Yep.
They'll
But,
figure it
yeah.
out. But you're gonna get those up right away?
Yes, as soon as we get them in.
Thank you. What'd you end up using for wording?
I'll be honest with you, the chief kind of figured that out. We gave him the options and he picked it. I don't remember which one he picked.
Okay.
No trail parking, I think was all it said.
So my second question is, a couple weeks ago, you told us that we were gonna totally strip out the section between 171 and New Road,
Yep.
okay? And then last week, I came down that road and the guys were there patching.
Yeah, we're just trying to smooth it out a little bit, just trying to
Okay,
help
well,
along.
it didn't really make sense to me, given the fact we're gonna rip it
Yeah,
up.
well, it's still coming apart, and we're just trying to patch it enough so that we can get us through till we get it paved.
And when do you see that happening?
Well, I guess if we can make a decision tonight, we'll have it done this month, is what we're shooting for. But we only have 2 quotes, and they're both-
Was one of them the one that you had thought would be favorable, the one company?
they were both, like I said, I knew they were gonna be close. They pretty much always are. We've used, we've gotten quotes from both of them in the past, and they're both, pretty even. This is the one that, the company that we've been using. What more of those? Actually, can I see that one? No, that one's, yeah, I think that is. Yep.
I had this one from April, which is
Yeah, so
only 2 months ago.
that's because they did it before we decided that we needed to grind, to do a reclaim. And so we have this one now, and it's up to date. So this one's $530,664. So they're only $1,900 apart, which when you're talking $530,000, that's pretty much a tie. This is the company that we've used for the last 16 years, I want to say. We've had the same company for 16 years. It has changed hands during that time, but for the most part, I feel like they've done a good job. Then we have the quote from what was GMI, and now they've sold to
sold
another
too.
company. Yeah, that's the trend right now. Everybody's selling out to bigger companies. I mean, it's apples to apples. One's $528,727.
This
Again, like I said, they're $1,900.
That's what, who GMI is now?
Correct.
These people?
That's correct.
He said there was just, for $1,900, that's pennies in a project like this.
Yeah.
I don't know about you folks, but I would just as soon stay with the company that we know and we've used for a difference in $1,900.
Wait, I might be missing something because I don't have that one, or did he just hand you that one?
No, this one I had in my pile.
Oh, yeah, so the Peckham fork, I think you guys should have had that given to you, because I turned this was turned in.
Oh, okay,
a while
I see
ago.
it, yep.
We
Got
don't
it?
have the latest
That this one,
from
Okay.
Allstate.
I think it was in the.
Yes, I
Yes,
see it, I see it now.
So they all have this copy.
All right,
And
and you're gonna make sure we get copies.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also it went from 494 to 530.
Right, it increased.
Oh, yes, because the first one was to basically put a 3/4 inch down on the road, which I don't feel like it's gonna hold up.
And are there any other companies that we should be talking to that we haven't?
I have called 2 other companies, and I don't know, I don't feel like there's a lot of interest there to come out. I've called them twice.
Too small a job?
It's possible, yeah, because they are larger companies. Yep.
And when you do a lot of tire kicking, you don't build up a relationship with with
Right.
vendors.
Mm.
Understood.
I feel like they kind of know that too. They're just like, we feel like,
Yeah, you're just using us for a number.
yep. That's why they didn't want to.
I discovered that a long time ago in my business.
Yep, but we got two good prices.
So I'm gonna make a motion that we accept Allstate's proposal for paving for the amount of $530,664.15. Could I have a second for discussion?
I'll second for discussion.
And even though they're $1,900 more than GMI/Peckham, Allstate's, we've got an established relationship with them, and I think it's important to maintain a relationship with a vendor.
I think so too. I mean, I think we're getting better service from them than we probably would with somebody new.
Yeah.
What was our budget for,
620.
okay, so we're still
Yeah.
significantly
And
under.
that leaves, what about striping? Because striping we want to include on,
Yes, we'll have to include that 1 mile.
Yeah.
Just 1 mile. I'll break that out.
okay, that's,
Would we,
and that'll
would we
be,
do that right now, or would we wait until?
We're gonna wait till it's all done.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's gonna be short money.
Yeah.
1 mile,
Yeah, I don't know what that figures out to, but
no, shouldn't be
Enough
too
investment.
bad. All right, any further discussion? Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye,
Aye.
okay.
excellent. Good, we got that done. Yeah. Is there anything else?
The big thing I was gonna ask you about was the signs, and I know you wanted to ask you about the patching on Sodom Road, which I agree. I think that we shouldn't have spent any money on patching, knowing that we're gonna be paving this pretty soon, but.
We had the cold patch, we just, tried to get done so it was a little smoother, because not knowing when we're gonna get it paved was another concern of mine.
Yep,
We could probably give you some other places where it needed patching rather than Sodom Road.
Part of Sodom Road's not getting paved too. We're only doing 1 mile of it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, right where we're stopping, right after that is a real bad section.
are you going to the bridge?
No, I wish we were, that would be great.
Where are you
but
going to?
Just
New
Just,
Road?
the south side of New Road, there's a culvert that's gonna be replaced there, and you said not to go past it.
Go past the culvert, okay.
Because I wish we could go that little area, but.
I wish, yeah, but I'm not spending money to
Yeah, I
paint this
understand,
place.
it makes sense.
I can't do it.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm good. Just get those signs in as soon as they come in, please.
I will, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next is, I know you scheduled 5:30 for a public hearing. What you got?
6 for public hearings, 5:30 non-public, I can move the non-public.
That's what I meant.
Can't really move.
That's what I meant. She scheduled 5:30 for the you scheduled 5:30 for the non-public. Can we, We can't do the
What's
public,
everybody else here for? Let's-
yeah, we can't do the public hearing early, can we?
No.
Oh. All right.
So there's been feedback about doing public hearings at 4:30 and that doesn't work for people and
Mhm.
5 doesn't work. So I guess we haven't found that happy spot for what public hearings are to make it available to people that work regular hours.
Yeah.
I'm welcome to feedback.
All right. Well, seeing as the chief's not here, let's just get into some folders. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Consent calendar. We've got a thick one this week. It's a lot of abatements. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abatements, all recommended by our assessor. An intent to cut, joint loss safety committee report, institutional exemption for Camp Belknap, and a warrant for land use change, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And they all seem to be, well, they all seem to be very near each other except for one. Have you all had a chance to look through the folder?
I have not.
Okay, do you wish to look through the folder?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
If you just want to pass them over when you're done.
Jackie, are these for the same parcels? Like some of these have the
Seen them, I didn't
same.
know.
These are from our assessor. He was just here today.
Okay. Because some of these, like
Yeah,
this is
that-
the same.
Most of that stack just came to the table today.
Right.
So, the same property ID numbers?
Some of them
Yeah, I
are
mean,
five of
this
the
is-
6.
59-3-5. The 59-3-5. And I think there was. And I think there was
Second page.
another.
Are those condos?
Are they all? Finished grade. 2.24.
And then there's 9, 10, 11, and 12 is the last part of it, but the
Okay.
first 2 presets are the same.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're nearby
So they're-
each other. Yes.
So are they all separate 10+ acre lots?
But this just says no longer meets 10-acre minimum. So does this one. I think that one did too.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, meets
Okay.
minimum 10 acre, doesn't,
Lot 310. Okay, lot 39.
mine's 59.35.
Okay.
Oh, that's,
So that's what's
says the
different.
parcel was
is-
sold.
Right. So in this number. So that's
Yeah.
311.
Probably
This
was
is 310
one lot.
and 39. And now they subdivided. Okay.
Looks like, reasonably well organized.
I didn't see anything that was controversial or anything that raised any red flags. I'm prepared to go with the recommendation of the assessor. So I would entertain a motion to sign the contents of the consent calendar as recommended. Would somebody like to make that motion?
Sure. I will make the motion to sign the June 1st, 2026 consent calendar as
As recommended?
recommended.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, thank you. And correspondence, these, just some letters that we've got. We've got a project status report for the Sodom Road culverts. And let's see, the pre-design phase is complete. HEB is developing a proposal for the remaining phases of the project. Status report for the Union Wharf culvert crossing. Preliminary design phase is currently in progress. The project is on track for construction in 2027. It looks like we've got a pesticide application notification for Wingate Brook. If anybody has any interest in reading that, it's in the folder.
Is that something we make a decision on,
No,
or that's
no,
just
it's just a
sent in?
notification.
Okay.
Accessibility notice, the State of New Hampshire Bridge Red List. And once again, Tufton Borough Neck culvert that crosses into the basin is on the list. That's the state's responsibility to fix that. It's not ours, and they've been kicking that can down the road for years.
Is there anything we can do to entice them to come work on that project?
I think we've poked them in the ribs a number of times.
I think the problem is they gotta build another bridge first, because you can't block off Tuckerton.
Right. Right. That'll be difficult at best. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. When was the last time that culvert was put in? 60s?
I have no idea.
You were here. Probably 50s or 60s, I'm guessing. And a notice from the state, New Hampshire Department of Revenue, that our town's valuation came in at about $2.5 billion. 2.540512.063 to be exact. Okay. 5:30. All right, since our public hearing is at 6, we have a non-public scheduled with the chief at 5:30. I'm going to have to ask all of you to step out of the room. You can wait out in the lobby, wait out in the car, whatever. We're going to go into non-public, and as soon as we're done with the chief, I hope it won't be too long, you can come back in. I'm going to make a motion that we go into non-public under RSA 91A:3 2A. And that is the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee, or the disciplining of such employee, or the investigation of any charges against him or her, unless the infected employee has a right to public hearing.
Excuse
Yes.
me, can I ask you to take an appointment in between? It's for the highway garage, Mr. Heyman showed up. Or do you want to do the non-public and,
If,
Josh, can you wait 5 minutes? Okay.
will this take long, chief?
Nope.
Okay, then let's continue.
You-
All right, I've made a motion. I need a second. All those in favor? Murray, yes?
Dancy, yes.
Bernzer, yes?
Okay, and we're on to do that. We good? All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
And I'll
Second.
Second by Steve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, back to our regularly scheduled meeting. Hi,
Hey, how are you?
good, how you doing?
How's everybody?
Good. Josh Heyman,
Good.
Heyman Builders.
So, I haven't updated the proposal yet, but I got other quotes for the doors.
Yeah.
Because I got, the original quote was what Jim got. And that quote's in there. And so for adding another door, it's not much more than the single door from Overhead Doors. So I didn't know which direction you guys want to go in. If you want me just to frame the door, and then
See, I don't know yet. Frank, we don't have enough information
Same spot.
to go on.
Same spot. What are you doing?
Previous board, we were just kind of cobbling this together.
yeah,
Napkin drawings,
Yep.
notes on a notepad, that type of thing.
yeah.
So we're trying to formalize this.
Yep, and Jack gave me the drawing he did. You guys get a copy of that?
Okay.
No.
Did you guys get
Not
one?
Not yet.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So I can get her to get copies, because I've got that. The original price I did give you in there hasn't changed much, other than if we add a door or just go to a single.
Yep.
So I don't know if you want me to give you two quotes on that?
So Bob, the number I gave you on your sheet, I subtracted out the door that was $15,950, and I put in the new quote for doors that Josh got, and so I think the total's up to $246,
But
Yep.
that's also two doors instead of
and
one.
that's 2 doors and the motors.
Okay.
Jack did draw up plans and give them to Josh, and they met on them. And then, so I would say to move forward with everything, the board maybe should approve not to exceed $250,000.
We haven't even seen the drawing yet.
Yeah, that's the problem. Can't approve what we don't have idea of what we're building.
Yeah, I want to move forward with this as much as everybody, but I also
Okay.
want to make sure that we do it right.
All right, so
Um,
What else do you need? Just a drawing?
I think we need a drawing and just some kind of basic specifications of what we're doing.
Didn't, I was gonna say on the basic specifications, Jack did describe the remeasurement of the building and making the bathroom a little bit bigger.
Mhm. Do I have that all in writing? Do we have
Only-
drawings?
Only Jack's, is that Jack's drawing then?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know if you want to make copies of it, because it's the only copy I have. I don't know if Jack's got.
If that's all we have, I mean, I think it would benefit us to have copies.
Okay. I just know you wanna get on the schedule.
Yeah, I want to get this moving as soon as possible, but like I said, you know, being repetitive, we just need to, it's public money. We got to do it right.
Yeah. I didn't know you guys didn't have the drawings yet.
No, we had a
So between my description and the drawing, pretty much
we had a
is.
single line sketch.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have brought copies of the drawing if I didn't know you didn't already have it. As far as the doors go, I can either do the original door, and then just frame for the door. They talked about adding a door in the rear of the addition, a 12 by 12. And I can
Okay.
either just frame for it and then close it in, and it can be installed down the road, or
Well, if we had the money,
I hate to do
Well,
things
that's-
down the road.
yeah, if we had the money,
Yeah.
I'd just as soon do it now. Which I also wanted to make a note. There was a budget that we saw and something that I got in an email today that said we have something like $600,000 set aside for this. I think that's inaccurate. I think we've got about
Was it the
200,000.
warrant article tracker, that document? Or was it a different one?
yeah, not 600. I think it's
No,
250.
we don't have that kind of money set aside for this.
No.
Town facility. No, police cruiser. I'm not,
Was that not it?
I'm not seeing.
Or maybe it was in the budget committee meeting materials?
Maybe,
Could it have been in that?
maybe.
Yeah, actually don't even see it. Yeah, this doesn't have,
There was a dollar amount
Yeah, so-
listed somewhere that,
It's on the other report that's in your budget packet, it's on the trust fund report, and the balance is 251,000.
yeah, but I saw 600,000. Unless I read a line wrong,
Yeah, you did.
you're gonna make me find it now, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna give you mine. 'Cause I don't want you to take your report apart. You'll need it tomorrow night.
Okay.
Sorry, Ashley. Okay, so it's right here. Highway facility is at 251,000.
Okay,
Okay?
okay. I wanna find where I saw that number, and it might not be in here.
600,000?
Yeah. Yeah, I could have read a line wrong, I'll admit that.
That might have been part of the,
But I'm not gonna get into that right now.
yeah.
This is the front over here,
Yes, this is the existing building.
existing building, yep, which is staying,
Yes.
and this is an add-on to the back.
Yep, taking that 30 by whatever is on the back off.
Oh, okay, all right.
because it's not wide enough.
So what are you doing with the door in the front?
They want to change it to a 26-foot door, taking the two out, the two 12 by 12s.
And then this is gonna be, this is gonna be open to the remainder of the building.
Yep.
This is gonna be a 12 by 12
Yes.
pass-through, little half bath,
Yep. The slop sink.
slop sink on the outside.
Pretty much what's there, just
Yep. Says 14 by 12 here.
well, that's what he's going with it, I guess. Then
Okay.
that won't change much. So I'll have to update that.
And this is the, your proposed foundation?
Yep. Frost walls.
And then your specifications on the front cover, on your cover sheet?
Yep. And like I said, I didn't add any of the doors or anything yet because I didn't know how far you wanted to go.
Mm-hmm. So this will get the frame started,
That's everything.
everything, including bathroom. It's just missing, are there any windows in here?
Nope, just one door.
That walkout door?
Yep. The only thing that's missing, the original one's missing is the extra door and changing it to the price of the doors.
And I had a conversation with Jack about the doors and possibly choosing the higher quality door for the front door and the, I guess it'd be the TS 150 door for the rear.
Yep.
Because it would have less use. So potentially there could be some, we would still have a good quality front door that's gonna get most of the use and have longer upkeep, where the rear door is not gonna get as much use, it's gonna be a little less expensive, and we can maybe still do both with that price, within a cheaper price than just going with the two most expensive doors.
And these people are all on board?
Yes.
This drawing is a lot more than we had before. I think we can move forward with getting this project started.
So I
Questions?
just had one question about the contractors for some of the subcontractors. Will there be any kind of competitive bidding for those activities, or are these just gonna be people you're using no matter what?
If I'm doing it, that's who I'm using. That's who I already got the bids from. But if you guys want to put it out to bid, then that's a whole nother ball game there.
So, the only thing I don't like the appearance of is for the, using Mountainside for the excavation. Only because he's the road agent. You kind of get in, people ask why he's like right hand, left hand and doing the same stuff.
I get it. And he's the one that started me on this whole project. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know I was going to be in charge of the whole thing. I thought I was just framing it, and then it turned into that I'm doing everything. So he already had that quote. So, I mean, I understand that.
So I would only ask that perhaps you, without making it unduly complicated,
Yep.
if you might get some feedback from some other providers on doing the excavation part, just so that you have something that you can say, well, I talked to these two other guys and they all had the same price or within a couple thousand of the same price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Just for discussion, I'm just going to throw out that we have a list of Mountainside's established rates that he's charging us for labor and equipment that we use regularly, that we've accepted.
I understand. I also asked a question about whether anybody's actually compared those prices to what might be available in the market also. but I didn't get an answer for that. I mean, I understand there's a list, here's the price,
Yeah,
but what was done, what did the town do to see if that's market?
yeah, that's a different discussion, which I'm happy to have, but
Yeah.
that's a different discussion than tonight.
I mean, I could see the value in having bids for this, because there are people that will question that, and if we don't have backup, I think that's important, is to say that we have bids, maybe three bids. Now, is that something that has to be listed on the town website for approval, or is that something that Josh could do through?
If
As a
Josh is the
contractor.
prime contractor, I think he could get them, yeah.
Okay.
What's your pleasure?
What's the question?
What's your pleasure? Do we let Josh advance, or do you want to hold up awarding this for,
Well, what I'd like to do is let Josh advance, but also charge him with the task of being sure that some of these quotes from the other guys are some kind of competitive.
mhm.
Because, you know, the taxpayers are paying for all this at the end of the day.
Mhm.
But I don't want to hold up the project.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and most of these people,
They work for the town.
they've worked for the town before. They
Yeah,
did
that's the whole
they
reason
did the work on the
why.
police. He did the police station. Bubba's did the police station. Scott Thompson did the police station. The garage doors, I think the overhead doors did the police station. I don't know who did the foundation. That was handled by,
Yes, I would never use them again.
right. Right. And,
Rightfully
and
so.
I'm not sure who did the installation. I don't know if it was quality or not. Was it quality installation?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, so all these people did the police station already.
Well, I also see that just because we used them in the past doesn't mean they're the most competitive priced either. We
Okay.
do. So I can see where,
And I'm not
It is
saying
just
necessarily the
helpful.
lowest, I'm just
Yeah.
saying they're competitive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but are still gonna provide quality work which is important.
Okay, again,
So what do you need?
I need a motion of some sort.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve Josh's estimate, his ability to move forward with the project.
I think we need to attach a dollar amount
Okay.
to that
for an
motion.
amount-
Well, I need a second for discussion.
I'll second.
Well, I can, how if I amend my motion
Okay.
to amount not to exceed 250?
And how much do we have budgeted for this right now in the
It was
fund?
251 and something.
251 and change? Okay. So, let's repeat the motion for clarity.
I make a motion.
My clarity.
I make a motion that we authorize Josh to move forward with the project as the scope of which we've established, with a price not to exceed 250,000. Delivered price not to exceed 250,000.
And that's been seconded. Okay, discussion. Now, did you want to have any caveats to that, or is that's your motion?
I don't want to make it any more complicated than it is. That's our motion.
Okay. All right, motion's been made, seconded, discussed. All those in favor of the motion? Aye. Okay. So this can proceed for,
Okay, let's see what I come up with.
see if you can sharpen people's numbers. I guess that's what we're asking. All right, thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
You too.
I sound a little longer than that.
All right, now. A few minutes late, sorry folks.
So
Go ahead.
I think you want to do them as two separate public hearings. You want to do one for the pavilion under RSA XYZ, and then you want to close that public hearing and open up a public hearing for land.
Okay, number one, what's the RSA?
4114 thing? It's listed at the top there?
Right here.
Over here. Okay. All right. Okay, then I guess I'm gonna open up a public hearing. This public hearing is for the dedication of a 19-mile beach pavilion in the name of Shane Lovering. Shane's passing was October 26, 2025, at the age of 48. Shane was an avid supporter of this town and did so in many ways. The plan is to have a dedication ceremony on Thursday, August 20th, 2026 at 6:15 p.m. at 19 Mile Bay Beach. The ceremony would be before the last summer concert that same night, and this public hearing is in under RSA 41:14A. So I open up the public hearing. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Dennis, do you want to elaborate on this at all?
No, I think our commission was, certainly in favor of doing this. Shane has done a lot for us over the years, both Parks and Rec and I think the town. Knowing the family, I spoke with both the wives and the mom and dad. They're just so excited about it. We do have a private donor to donate signs on each end of the pavilion. But certainly, until this is over, we can't go forward. So it should be a good night. I mean, Shane, during his, troubles towards the end, I mean, he was almost at every concert. He loved music. And his favorite band was Calvin Ramsey, so that's why we're doing it the same night that she's playing. And like I said, the funny story about it is he'd come to concerts before he was sick and you wouldn't hear a peep out of him. Towards his last few months, he came to every concert and sang his lungs out. So, we're excited to do it. It should be a good night. Be a good tribute to him.
Okay, very good. This is the first of two public hearings. We have to have another public hearing on this, and that will be the 15th, the next Selectmen's meeting. Okay. So again, I'll ask the question again. Does anybody have any comments, concerns, suggestions?
So there'll be another date for another one of these?
Yeah, next Selectmen's meeting.
Yeah.
We'll do this all over again, and that should finalize it.
Shane did work for me at my house. I support this.
Name? Just for the record.
Mark Mueller, Tuftonboro.
Thank you.
Shane did work at my house for me, and I support this effort as well.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else? All right. Then I will close the public hearing and move on to the next public hearing. Thank you very much. This public hearing will be held pursuant to RSA 91A:3-2D.
No, it's the same 41,
And why do I have that written here?
Because that's an old script copy.
yeah.
Okay. So this public hearing will be held pursuant to RSA 41:14A to review the proposed purchase of the Williams Horner lot map 41-1-17 as part of a conservation arm grant project for the protection of natural resources. Who's presenting?
Hi, I'm Vicki Seletsky from the Touchborough Conservation Commission. We have several members of the town here to support this. We think it's a vital resource for the town, and our wonderful expert Rick Vanderpool is here, and he's been working in this area for, gosh, a couple decades. And he can really speak to the actual precise qualities of this natural resource.
Can I invite you two to the table?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
I prepared a timeline. This is Rick Vanderpool
Thank you.
from Sandwich, and I prepared a timeline of events, and there's a budget on the back too that reflects the expenses to date and proposed expenses on this. Again, as Vicki said, I've been working with the town of Tuftonboro since 2001. We've done some great work in the Great Meadow, and this is a continuation of that. Some of you may recall the some of the initial work that we did was to look at where in Tuftonboro we have the highest degree of wetland ecosystems and potential drinking water supplies to the town going forward. And the Great Meadow clearly met all of those criteria. We did an assessment of 78 parcels around the Great Meadow in 2004, and the Eves Williams property, Williams Trust property, was one of the ones that scored right up there in terms of having the highest natural resource attributes. We've protected, of course, Fred Sargent's lot, and we've had a couple Mike Phelps's, and of course the town took the town properties that were partly tax default properties in the meadow. I think we're up to 14 conserved parcels, about 440 some odd acres in total. And so we have now this opportunity for this fairly remote end of Old Woods Road property, 87 acres. It's got some outstanding wetlands on it that feed right into the Melvin River, and it's right above the stretch where Tin Mountain, and as the former research director, we did the stream restoration work by adding strategic wood in that stream to prevent downstream pollution in the Melvin Bay, to improve trout habitat, and to improve the water quality in general for the aquatic microorganisms that live there. This was just one of several streams we treated in the region, but the Melvin was deemed one of the highest value inflowing streams to Lake Winnipesaukee. So we focused on that, and we focused on the Great Meadow properties to try and keep those contributing to this resource that I think is a regionally valuable one. So this is consistent with it. We, as the timeline shows, we've been at this for about 4 years.
I didn't even know that.
With some good help from the family and some great patience, I think we're darn close. We've been approved by the ARM Fund. The Governor and Council approval will be on June 3rd, which is coming right up, day after tomorrow. They've been tipped off. Vicki wrote a nice letter to Joe Kenny, our executive counselor, and so we're expecting that to go through. And then we'll go ahead and look at a closing in July, as it said down near the bottom, once the funds are transferred.
Can you elaborate on what the ARM Fund is?
Yeah, so the ARM Fund is what's called the Aquatic Resource Mitigation Fund. It's one of several in the country that takes money from development. Gee, we're gonna impact wetlands and we can't save them and we can't really protect on-site stuff. We'll take money from those developers and then spend it back in the same watershed for projects like this one, where they can actually permanently protect the same resources. So if you, let's say you have a parking lot in a forested swamp and it really, there's no other alternative, they pay into the fund, that money comes into the Aquatic Resource Mitigation Fund, and then they go out and spend it in the same watershed for a forested swamp that was equivalent, let's say. In this case, we've got about a 15-to-1 ratio. Every dollar that gets put into the fund is effectively multiplied 15 times, and the Williams property is one such property that will allow that to happen. I think we had a total of about 1.4 acres of impact over the last year in the Winnipesaukee-Pemigewasset River watershed, and there's 24 acres of prime wetland, high-quality wetland on the Williams property that we protected by this action.
And this is a grant?
This is a grant, absolutely. Paying for my time and I don't know, your time maybe too. But it's certainly paying for the property. We've got a survey that's been completed. It's paying for that. We have an environmental assessment of hazardous materials, paid for that. So there's no cost to the town other than what was prearranged years ago by Steve Scapiccio and Steve Wingate for my time that was before this year, right? I've already been paid for that time.
We had to pay to get the ball rolling, in other words.
Right, exactly. But the leverage of funds is, I think, tremendous. As you all know, the value of open space far outweighs the value of developed space. And that publication that just came out this last year, I think demonstrated that wholeheartedly.
And these funds are typically not easy to get?
They are not easy to get. The Army Corps of Engineers, which oversees the mitigation of any project in waters of the United States, is pretty picky. In fact, we were rejected twice by the Land Conservation Heritage Investment Program, and we were rejected once by the ARM Fund already. And we made some amends, as the timeline indicates, and we went back to them last year, and we sailed through with flying colors.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice work.
Yeah.
They're very excited about this project now.
But we all should be excited about it.
Yeah.
Good.
They actually want to demo this as a model project going forward.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're excited, and you know, I think again with the you know, the family has been very cooperative, and this has been on our radar for 25 years, and now the opportunity has arisen, and we feel very fortunate to be able to move ahead with this.
Okay. Is this, yep, does this require 2 public hearings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is it okay to open up the floor for questions?
Absolutely.
All right.
Please do.
Anybody, any questions, concerns, comments?
Do you
Well.
want to say something?
Yes. I'm Brenda Eaves, and I live at 293 Middle Road, and that's the house I grew up in. I've just moved back. And my sister and I own this property, and we wanted to make sure it would stay like it was when we grew up. And this was one of the ways we could think of to make sure it joined in with Great Meadows project, and it didn't get developed because it's abutting a new development also. And so it was really important to us to make some kind of move. And so this is what we've tried to do in order to keep things like they were.
Well, speaking for myself, I can't emphasize how generous this is. We thank you for that. I knew your mom and dad for years. I was their plumber for years. And wonderful people, sorely missed. God, your dad could remember everything. Everything. My God. So, thank you for this.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. You too. Thank you. Your sister? No? Your sister's not here? Okay.
It's in Vermont.
All right, okay. Well, extend our gratitude, please. Thank you. Well, seeing no other further comment, I guess we can close the public hearing.
Great.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you for your
Job well done. I know it was a long time coming. Job well done. Thank you. And we have to have a public hearing about the...
So you have to close the public?
I did.
Have a good night.
We have a number 3 on here?
No.
The Herbis...
No, that's an old script, it's just the 2.
Okay, all right. Then I'll make a motion to close the public hearings.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
That one was determined to not be.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. All right, we've done the consent calendar. We've done action items. Have we done action items? No, we haven't done action items. Tufton Borough Times article, summer article is due July 3rd. Looks like I'm on the hook for writing the next one.
You're next, you're it.
I'm next, yeah. Yeah, a few things to talk about. Budget committee support. Do you want to talk about that, Steve?
Yes, I do. I think we need to help the budget committee with respect to their secretarial needs. And more importantly, that convey that we'd like them to undertake those needs in the same manner that other committees in town do, in that they need to be the party that's finding and engaging the secretary rather than us. It's just not, it makes no sense to have Audrey be the secretary. It's very terribly cost ineffective.
Right, and I know that that's putting a burden on her other duties too. So yeah, I agree. We have to support there's RSAs that we have to support the budget committee for certain functions, supportive material that they ask for.
And we need to be responsive, but not necessarily instantly responsive. I mean, there needs to be some reasonableness about the requests that are presented and the extent of material that's going to be required to comply with the request.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any recommendations moving forward, other than
Case by case.
Yeah, I suppose case by case. But as far as I think the main topic right now is finding a secretary for the budget committee.
Yes.
The budget committee seems to think that the onus is on us.
Yeah, I think it depends on how you interpret the RSA, but I don't believe that our obligation is to provide it, to physically provide that function.
Well,
I mean, they have a budget, and they're the budget committee, so they put that budget in there. That's
yeah, but I'm fairly certain that they're an employee of us. They're not an employee of the budget committee.
well.
Do you interpret that way?
Yeah, I think by definition, ultimately yes.
Okay, and we pay them.
But for example, Jackie, you help with you're the secretary for
CBA.
yeah. So
Separate, right, that's right, I agree with you, Steve. They should find their own secretary, someone they know they can work with.
yeah.
Even though they work for us,
Well,
they're employed by the town,
Yeah.
not by the budget committee. They're employed by the town. I
Right.
guess that's
but I wanted to have a accommodating relationship with that person,
mhm.
and it seems to me that just like ZBA, any of the other town committees that have a secretary, planning and zoning, I mean, it's the same concept. They should be responsible for finding their own secretary.
And as far as you understand, there is no RSA that says that we have to provide a secretary, that we have to do the searching and the hiring.
That's correct.
Okay. I don't think we need a motion, but are you in agreement with Steve?
Well, they know what they're looking for. They know the type of person that they need and the qualities that they need that person to have. So it makes sense that they would choose who their secretary is. So I agree with that.
I do too. We have been advertising for a secretary.
We advertised, I believe, twice.
Why isn't there something on the town website for it?
My bandwidth.
Well, it's been a need for a while now.
I know. Yeah.
Kind of,
So I need to get the secretary for the budget and all the committee openings on the website. And I'll see if I can work with Jen tomorrow to do that. So,
Is there a section on the website that says employment opportunities?
there is, yeah. There is,
There's no reason why they shouldn't be in that.
okay.
And I would imagine it's pretty easy to post it, to Steve's point.
And we don't normally say a whole lot about what the job is.
Right, but it should at least be on the website, so if somebody wants to inquire,
Right.
they can. You know, I have no problem assisting.
No, I'll make that a priority tomorrow.
I have no problem assisting the budget committee, but I think to have the onus put on us, I agree with Steve, it's wrong.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Would you put it out there that if they're interested, that they contact the chairman of the budget committee?
I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, I
I
suppose.
mean, we're the ultimate hiring authority, but they should have the opportunity to propose somebody.
You don't think it should go through the town administrator to the chairman of the budget committee? Just thinking out loud here,
So why would we do that?
because she's the town administrator.
Who do they work for?
They work for the selectmen. Everybody works for the selectmen.
Okay. Does that mean you work for the selectmen when you're
No,
in the
she's-
select board?
Yeah, well, yeah, right? For the ZBA?
Secretary, the ZBA? No,
Yeah,
I work for them. Yes, the town pays me, but,
right. You're an employee of the town at that point.
well, I'm a subcontractor, basically.
A subcontractor, do they take taxes out of your check?
No,
Okay.
And she
I'm not
does,
arguing, I'm just
No,
asking.
right.
and
And,
she does a fine job, I might add.
She does, she
and
does.
it's, yeah, Bob was chairman. It's been a long time, Bob. Um, If they contacted the chairman of the budget committee, that person could tell them exactly what they expect. Is where
Yeah.
I was coming from.
And I suppose before we hire that person, the chairman of the budget committee could come to the selectmen and make a recommendation
Yes.
to hire, so,
Right.
yeah, I'm down with that,
Takes us out of the loop
yeah,
until you get to the end.
yeah,
And it's in their best interest to get somebody at these meetings, so
yeah.
giving them more of that freedom
Mm-hmm,
could make it happen faster.
okay.
Mhm.
We don't need a motion for that? I don't think so, no. But we are in agreement. Anything else?
Do we need, well, just because I feel like the topic of job descriptions has been prevalent, is there any sort of description that needs to happen, or would we see that would fall on the budget committees?
Any
at that
any
point.
job needs to have a job description, no matter how simple it is. It's my humble opinion.
Well, I agree with you. It's too bad it didn't happen years ago for a lot of these things.
Yes. Well, the funny thing is, we have this, I've got this book here, which was the Thornton Paying Classification Study, which was done in July of 2014,
Yeah, I was
12 years ago. Were you part of that?
I was on the budget committee.
You were on the budget committee then. So this has been in this office since then, and I don't think anything was ever signed. I don't think any of these job descriptions were ever signed by the selectmen through the years. So,
So are we finished with the budget committee part? We want to move on to the, when it says work sessions, what is that? It's just another category of this evening's entertainment?
yeah, I think it's talking about upcoming work sessions is what I interpreted.
Oh, okay, it's not something
Yes.
we're gonna deal with tonight.
No,
Scheduling.
no,
Okay,
So, transfer station ad hoc committee. You all got what I sent out
Yes.
as a draft,
uh-huh. As well as the job description.
as well as the job descriptions for
No, for him, for that.
for him.
position, yeah.
There's also a job description draft in here for number 1 and number 2.
Oh, okay.
The assistant 1 and assistant 2.
And I did use the assistant to draft what we currently have.
Okay.
I used that.
But these are things we're gonna cover in a separate
Right.
visit.
Yeah, because each one is gonna take a fair amount of time.
Yeah,
I think it's
okay,
too much
I
time to do for
Roll
tonight.
up your sleeve kind of meeting.
Yeah, yeah, which we should do sooner than later. Because we wanna get this transfer station committee off the ground. Want to schedule it? Schedule a work session? What's everybody's schedules looking like? Let's not do this week, because this week's
Yeah.
getting wrapped up and everybody's busy for this week. How about next week? That would be the...
What time of day are we talking about?
Oh, we're probably talking midday. I could easily do it on Friday, because I take Fridays off. I could do it Friday, the 12th, and I'd be open to any time during the day.
How about first thing? What's first thing for you?
6.
Okay. I can be here. Hello, Jenna.
I mean, I'm awake by then.
Yeah, but you got to get kids up.
But
and going.
I do have to get my daughter to school.
Yeah.
That day,
9 o'clock?
drop off is 8:30, so 8:45, 8:35.
Yeah. Well, let's call it 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And I think we can.
That's June 12th.
Yeah, June 12th. And I think we can cover all of these. The transfer station ad hoc committee, the review of the ordinance regulating commercial picking, some job descriptions, and it looks like the allocation of space for the town office for
And
when,
that might be a beginning conversation.
just to
or
kick
not
off conversation.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So we'll plan on the morning of the 12th, 9 a.m. Put that in my calendar right now.
So I'm the only one who uses the daytimer anymore.
Oh,
I
what?
used to, but I have
The
this,
daytimer.
this with me.
I used
You know,
to-
back when they used
I do.
paper.
12. Ah.
This you can set reminders to go off. The day planner is not as easy to do.
I'm supposed to be driving my mom and dad, my dad, to a doctor appointment. I'm going to see if I can get another driver. I'm going to schedule this. Let's go with the schedule. And let me see if I can find another driver for this appointment.
Well, let me ask you this, can you do it, could we do it, say, next Monday instead? Do you have a problem, can you do it on Monday, like at 9?
I can. I have to take a day off of work to do that.
Oh,
But, because I take Fridays off anyways, I do that during the summer. It helps me burn vacation time, because I'm gonna use it or lose it scenario,
Gotcha,
and I'm
understood.
not gonna lose it. I could. I've taken days off before. I could take the morning off and do it on a Monday. And Monday the 15th is open. We have a selectmen's meeting that day anyways.
I think you meant the 8th. Were you talking about 8th, Steve? The 8th? Or did you mean the 15th?
I was thinking that next Monday, but if
Yeah.
Bob would work, if it would
I-
work better to do the 15th, that's okay with me.
I can't do the morning of the 8th. I could do the after. Oh, shit.
Why don't we do the morning of the 15th then, so you can take your mom and dad, I assume I know where they're going.
No.
No,
different
they're not.
different one.
Tennessee?
Different one. Yeah, different doctor. Yeah, Monday the 15th is probably going to work out best for me.
Okay.
I could do the 12th if I find another driver.
Would a little later in the day be helpful, or is it going to be
No,
longer?
this one's in Concord and it's at
Okay,
9
so that's
o'clock,
a
so
trick,
that
yeah.
kind of kills the morning.
Mhm.
I'd rather do a Monday than a Friday anyway.
Okay,
Well, how about the 8th at like 4 o'clock?
can't do the 8th.
At all?
Oh, well, the 8th is we have a selectmen. No, we don't have a
No,
selectmen's
we don't.
meeting.
Wow. Having 2 meetings in one day with you guys, I like you, but it's gonna be a really, really long day.
Let's see, I could do the 8th in the afternoon, I could do 4 o'clock on the 8th, call it a workshop rather than a selectmen's meeting,
It's a work session, yeah.
work section.
Okay.
Don't know if I
6,
can do.
8 at 4
Okay.
p.m.
Jen is checking.
Yeah,
Kitties are,
I could do earlier,
I could do a little earlier.
I can leave work early,
what would be good for you?
I could, noontime, I could come in at noon, I could have lunch at work and then come here and we could hash it out. It'd be a couple hours. Like I said, this is gonna take a couple hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about you, Jen?
I should be able to do that. The 8th at noon.
At when?
Noon.
At
You
noon?
said? Yeah.
Okay.
That should work.
Thank you.
Okay. Oops. Invitees, I don't want it. No. Bear with me a second. Work session, 8th, 12 o'clock. Add. Okay. Okay, and let's see. Police station update, I think we already did that.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I do have Corey coming in next meeting to go over landscaping.
On the 15th?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, is Chris going to be at that meeting?
yes.
Okay,
I asked Ashley to schedule them basically together.
good. Thank you. We gotta hash that out. 'Cause I know that somebody was talking irrigation and
Right,
none of our buildings have irrigation.
right.
Irrigation's nice, but necessary? I don't think so.
And he said it's not a high demand facility, but the type of pumps they would have put in might have been different with irrigation.
Oh, sure. It would have definitely jacked up the cost of the
I'm learning
pump.
so much from this police station.
Yeah, you need more, you need a bigger flow, larger flow, gallons per minute. Okay, well, that takes care of action items. Done correspondence. Town administrator and selectmen's updates?
Can I interrupt in the correspondence? You could pass over a letter or something about the pesticides at Wingate Brook.
I did.
Since Brenda and I both live on Wingate Brook,
Correspondence. Okay, I guess this is... This is a request for a public hearing.
No.
This letter is a request for a public hearing.
With DES, not with us. At least that's what Tammy told me. Because I asked for clarification a couple times on it.
New Hampshire Department of Agriculture, Markets and Food, request for a public hearing. Okay. I'm just gonna read this. Dear Director and members of the division, so they're talking about the Division of Pesticide Control, Agriculture. We are writing as one abutting property owner, Hoffman, and as multiple co-owners of the land directly abutting the south side of proposed herbicide treatment area within the copse of Wingate Brook in Tufton Borough, New Hampshire. As indicated in the attached tax map, the interests of Hoffman involve Lot 7 and Lot 17, and the interests of the other signatories involve Lot 17, which represents significant conservation and residential acreage directly fronting the brook. At the outset, we would like to acknowledge the importance of managing invasive aquatic species within Lake Winnipesaukee and recognize the substantial work performed by the state and local municipalities over many years. It's our intent is not to oppose invasive species management categorically, but rather to ensure that the proposed treatment is implemented with appropriate transparency and sensitivity to nearby residential and recreational uses. Because the proposed treatment area directly abuts or is in the vicinity of private residences, active swimming areas, and land, Lot 17, acquired and held by the owners for the purpose of protecting the water quality and other ecological values of Cops Wingate Brook and Lake Winnipesaukee, we respectfully request that a public hearing be scheduled pursuant to New Hampshire Code of Administrative Rules 602.03. However, if we can be provided with adequate responses to the requests below, we would forego a request for a public hearing. In particular, residents and abutters would like additional information regarding updated surveillance data, treatment rationale, alternative assessment, environmental impact, monitoring protocols, and seasonal timing. As the map illustrates, the narrow geography of Cops Brook means that any chemical application occurs in immediate proximity to homes and protected land. We seek clarification on how this current proposal fits into a long-term integrated management strategy intended to transition toward non-chemical control. Thank you for your cooperation. Respectfully, Ben Hoffman, Margaret Hall, Charles Singer, Don Berry, Elizabeth Stewart Gibson, Rebecca Lewis Stewart, and CC'd with the Tuftonboro Board of Selectmen, Tuftonboro Conservation Commission, and Solitude Lake Management.
And that's at the mouth of the river as it goes into the lake.
Okay. So, like I said earlier, I just explained that this was a letter for people to read, nothing for us to act on.
Right, I knew that. We were curious.
Oh, okay.
Just, right?
Oh,
But I know
that's it.
Hoffman lives right at the mouth of the river. And those other people are all co-owners of a
Okay.
piece of property, right?
So essentially, they've asked the state for a public hearing, and I can't tell you if it's been scheduled, or if it has, when it's gonna be scheduled.
Well, that's fine. We were curious whether it was, where it was on Wingate Brook is.
Okay.
Which part of it?
Yeah,
Right.
we're all set.
Well, this is public record, so you're more than welcome to make a copy of it.
Thank you.
Those people are all people that would be very conscientious about
Okay.
the water.
All right, did I answer your question?
Yep.
Okay. Town administrator and selectmen's updates.
Can I come up?
Come on up, please.
Okay, I have several things. And get away from the air conditioner.
Got hot in here.
I know.
When the doors closed, it got hot.
Yeah. So probably the most important thing is the DRA did not accept the warrant for 2026 because I started out with Article 18, the Selectmen's warrant articles. The Articles 1 through 17 are zoning that are voted on Tuesday night.
Mhm.
And as Bob will remember, the schedule is a 7:37 was due on a Wednesday. The last day to post the warrant was the following Monday, which was one of our biggest snowstorms. We had an emergency selectmen's meeting on Sunday and approved the warrant. And that's no excuse for me missing this. It happened. Jen and Susan, you know, I gave the state the ballot, but they said that wasn't sufficient and that we needed to correct this with an administrative correction. So we have a timeline to hold a special town meeting to correct this. And what has to happen is tonight the select board would vote to hold that we had a procedural defect. So, and that you would hold a special town meeting. It's tentatively scheduled for June 6th. And then,
June 6th.
July 6th, thank you, Jackie. It's tentatively scheduled for July 6th. And Jen's working with the checklist people and the things that have to happen leading up to this. And when we would have on Friday, June 12th, we'd have to schedule a notice for a public hearing. And then at your meeting on the 29th would be the public hearing. And then these are all the voters on the checklist. People would have to post it, and then there would be the special town meeting to cure a procedural defect. So in order for the warrant to be approved by the state or accepted by DRA, this is what needs to occur.
Can I ask what the procedural defect was? Because I'm just not understanding.
This is
Exactly
the
what it was.
warrant,
Mhm.
and it starts with Article 18.
So it needs to start with Article 1? Okay.
One would be the election of officers,
Mhm.
and then 2 through 17 would be all the zoning things that people voted on the Tuesday night.
Okay, so we're shifting.
So
The
it's
article
not
numbers.
a revote of
Okay.
anything. It would just be literally opening up a special town meeting. I would have 1 through 17 in here. Does everyone at this meeting accept this new warrant? And it would close.
Talk about logistics.
Yes.
Where? How much is this gonna cost us? Employees, do we have to do the whole voting thing? Is it raise, talk about logistics.
It would be just like a regular.
Set it up.
It would be just like a regular town meeting. It would be, Jen and I felt that the large room at the library would be big enough, and so that's tentatively booked. And people would have to be on the voter checklist, get their colored card or whatever. The moderator would have to be there. Oh, he's
He
left. And so it would be probably a couple hours of legal time, and I think that's the biggest expense in paper, yeah.
Printing new books.
Not new books, just a new warrant,
Well, this has to be done.
yeah.
And again, how did we get here?
Because of my error.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. How did we get here?
My error. I was under a lot of stress that week, and like I watched Susan and Jen talking about the ballot, and they redid that a couple times, and I'm like, shouldn't I have a copy of that? And it's like, no, it's the ballot. It's like, okay. So it was, I guess I will just say it was my lack of experience.
Okay. What do you need from us?
I need the select board to vote to have a procedural defect special town meeting on July 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
What time of day?
I believe it's gonna be evening.
If we did it in the morning, it'd be even fewer people. We could do it we could have here.
It might be more.
Well, the library space is free, so that
Yeah,
doesn't
that's fine.
impact anything.
Up to 100.
What day of the week is that?
Monday.
Oh, Monday.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Make it happen.
Okay, thank you, and I apologize. Let's see. The audit firm is going to be here on Thursday of this week, the 4th, and I'm doing questionnaires. Cammie and Ashley are helping me with spreadsheets, so the December 2025 audit is being kicked off. Let's see. On the solar maintenance agreement that you tabled at your last meeting, it was built into the warrant article to have a year of maintenance in the warrant article, so you could move forward with that. I have double checked with revision to give us an idea of what that looks like. So I will have that prepared for your work session or the next meeting.
Do we know if there was any kind of warranty just built into it from the beginning, since it's a brand new?
I believe so, but they're not going to be monitoring it. And when I went out to the training with Chris, basically what you're seeing on the website is what I can see. So I don't know at what point we would know it's not producing. The grasses are getting too high. You know, I don't know what we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much, I know we kicked we kicked the can down the road because we didn't have this information. But do you recall how much the maintenance agreement was?
I want to say it was $800 per month.
$800 per month. Okay, so that's about 10 grand a year, a little over 10 grand a year. And we do have a warranty period.
I believe, yeah.
So this maintenance agreement would take over at the end of the warranty period.
Well, the warranty period is for the equipment. It's not for them monitoring or knowing when it degraded. So if, say, I don't know how many panels are there, but say one of them died entirely, how would we know? We would maybe see that we're not making as much electricity, you know, on the graph. And then we would say, oh, maybe there were a lot of cloudy days that month, or like, I don't know when we would know.
Well, there's got to be some kind of a notification if a panel goes out.
Well, I don't know.
I see head nodding in
It
the
depends
background.
what you have.
Yeah. What is it? Do we know exactly what this maintenance agreement covers?
I'll bring that all to you. But I just
Okay.
wanted to put that back out there, that I think you should revisit that.
Well, the next question that I have before you do all this is, do we have the money in the warrant article left
Yes.
over from the solar
Yes.
installation to
Yes.
cover this?
Yes.
So we have money.
Mhm.
And it's not affecting operating budget.
No.
I guess the question I have is, are there other people around that can do, if they're just talking about monitoring our system, are there other people that can do it also?
Well, I think we're confusing terms here. We got monitoring and maintenance. I think we need to nail down.
Let's see what maintenance is.
We got to nail down the difference between those two terms in this discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I briefly read today was, you know, how often they would come out and do inspections and how often they would log in and look at statistics and so.
$800 a month seems like a lot. So I kind of like to know what they.
And I could invite
What they have
Rachel in
proposed.
to present.
Well.
Let's see it in writing first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we may invite her, but
Yeah.
let's look at it first.
And since we don't have a firm move-in date, we're into July now for the police station. Do you want to do a ribbon cutting for solar? We did just get almost $1,000 refund for this last month, the first full month of the transfer station not using.
I think it'd be a good idea to have some positive press coverage. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. I think
We could do it on a Saturday for the swap shop.
There you go.
It doesn't have to be
Then there'd be a
anything.
crowd.
Doesn't have to be anything drastic. I think I think
Tuckenborough Times could be there.
Tuckahoe Times, even the Granite State News.
Yeah.
And I think we should absolutely recognize Chip because Chip was absolutely integral in getting this done. So I think he needs to be recognized for that. So sure, yeah.
Works for me.
Okay,
Let's do it.
I'll schedule that. Okay, one of the things that Ashley's helping with is a spreadsheet of our contracts. I think that's something that you had asked for early on, which would be helpful to all of us. Cammie is gonna help do the bid for assessing for the next few years because that expires this year. And our current assessor said he would bid. So no surprises like the audit firm.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Speaking of bidding, are we putting out fuel, oil and propane?
The response was that we should wait till it levels out a little. And so that'll probably be a July, beginning of August
I
thing.
mean, until the dust settles,
Yeah.
overseas conflicts. Yeah, we're holding off at the county too.
But that was the recommendation from the
Yeah.
vendor.
Yeah.
Yeah, from White Mountain. I just wanted to talk a little bit about emails and clarity of emails, unless you're gonna bring that up, because you had asked us to print the, oh, no, did you ask us to print the minutes or the, emails, the RSA? It's more like guidance.
Mine was on the
Okay,
5-day business.
all right.
We've already covered
Okay,
that.
so the other thing was, in emails, we just have to be really careful about creating a discussion. So responding to just myself or Ashley. But also I wanted to ask on emails is, if you want something on the agenda, always include both of us, because she's part-time, and especially if it's something to print and read, if I can prep something ahead of time. So like, for example, on meeting days, she comes in at 2 or 3 o'clock. So if I get something in the morning, I can maybe have it ready for her. So that's helpful. Is there anything in the budget packet that you want to go over?
I haven't had a chance to look at it.
To look at it, yeah.
Okay. I sent out everything and I gave you each your copies, so please bring them with you tomorrow.
I'm gonna ask them, a lot of things I didn't, like the minutes from last time, I didn't have in my folder.
Yeah, I think.
I work from paper, so let's
Okay,
just put, anything you send out, I want a piece of paper.
all right. Okay. And if we have it ahead of time, we could have it, so like Friday, you could pick it up?
If you tell me when it's ready, I'm around.
Okay, because usually Ashley has the packets prepared on Thursday when she leaves. She has the agenda
Okay.
and,
Well, we have to come in and do the check stuff anyway, so just make it for that.
okay.
I did have a question on the warrant article tracking
Mhm.
piece of it, and I was just reviewing There are a few that are still on here that are complete, but there was a remaining balance, like for example, the fire suppression system, there was $564. What happens to that remaining balance? Does that go into the undesignated funds, or does that go into?
Yeah, so what happens is when the auditors come in and review that, and I go over that with them, then that'll be closed out, the project's done, right? Can't spend any more money, so that automatically goes into their accounting of the numbers.
Okay.
And so it does go into the general fund, and then out of all the expenses, they calculate what's in the unassigned fund balance.
Okay, and then when do they turn from active to complete? Like, the code enforcement truck was on here, it still says active, or can we close that one? Jack has his truck.
Yeah.
Is that, like, when, is there a time in the year where it just,
Well, that
review
one
them and they
definitely
change?
would lapse at the end of this year.
Okay.
Because it didn't have a lapse on it. It was the intent very much to buy the truck and get it lettered, and so it would be at the end of the calendar year, I would say. And it's not like you could take that money and say, okay, we're gonna do something else with it. It's gotta wait till it's accounted for.
Okay, I was just curious what happens.
Yeah,
Or
I
the
don't know.
timeline
I don't
of
know if
how
it needs
that
to buy mud
happens.
flaps or
Right.
or winterize anything.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what that.
Right, because I think
happens.
we didn't know if he needed money for the lettering or any
Right.
of that, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of the truck,
Oh my
did
goodness.
we get a check for it?
We did, and I left that to be picked up. It should have been picked up, I think 2 weeks ago now. The person who won the bid talked to Jack and asked if they could come get it on a weekend, and he said yes, tell me when. But I need to write to them and say, so the proposal says you need to have it off the property by this date. In which case, if you don't, then we send it to the next one and we get another check, you've lost your money. So I do need to write to him and say, okay.
Well, the most important thing is we got the check.
Yeah.
It's in the bank.
And it cleared.
It's in
It
the bank.
cleared.
And it cleared.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he has so many days to get it off the property, and he has not.
The most important thing was getting the check. We got the check.
And it cleared, yeah.
I don't want it sitting out here for 2 months,
No.
but if it takes an extra week or two, I don't have an issue with it. It's not doing any harm.
Yeah, it's kind of in the way, but.
It is. We can move it to the transfer station. No, we can't. It doesn't have any plates on it. Never mind.
We canceled the insurance on it, right? We canceled the insurance on it, right?
You know, it's funny because the way insurance works in municipalities, it's not vehicle specific. I did take it off the list for Primex, but our rates aren't based on if we buy 2 more police cruisers.
Okay.
It's very curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, change from private to public sector was unusual for me.
This brings up another point that I have, it's a sore point for me. The snowplow hitting the police station and the cost that we've incurred for that, and the fact we took the hit on our insurance paid for all but the deductible. And I saw something in the Chris's thing about some other work that was done because of the plow truck hitting the.
That was a waste management truck hitting the building.
Okay, and they
So-
paid for that too?
Waste management paid for that, but I did see in Primex's email something about a deductible going after the insurance. So I was like, that made me crack my head, and I'm gonna reach out to Primex and say, well, are you going after the plow company, and for the deductible amount as well? So, because I agree with you, I think it should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a contractor, just like any other contractor.
Yeah, we can send him a bill. It's subrogation, I guess is the word.
Yeah, that's between the insurance companies.
Right, seeking to get their money back from him. But we contacted Primex because we didn't want the delay.
Mhm.
So we got Primex to say, Primex said, go ahead, get it done. We'll take care of the rest. So we're hoping that they're taking care of the rest. At the end of the day, I don't expect us to have paid a penny to get it fixed.
That's my expectation too.
Yeah.
It's just not happening yet.
You're right. I think for the deductible, we're gonna get reimbursed.
We are, or we will?
I think, well, yes and yes. I believe that we are getting reimbursed.
And that's one of the things that I don't know. I have a list going for questions for the auditors and how to properly account for that insurance cost, even though we get reimbursed. Because it doesn't seem like it should be in the general fund, our general operating budget. Those are-
Ultimately, it should be in and out, so, especially when we get the other 1,000, or whatever the amount. Yeah.
Yeah, does it just land as miscellaneous revenue?
I'm more concerned about the expense side of it, having to cut those checks. We got reimbursed for it, but
Right. Right, I guess the auditor
It
tells us.
seemed to me
how
it
to
would
manage
go in the same account that it went out of.
You would think, but I don't think that that's the way it works.
not always, yeah.
Unless it's an account designated for in and out. But I don't think
Well,
we
you can in and out any account.
Well, if you set it up that way with voter approval, I think that's how it works. You can set up an account to do in and out, but I think it has to go through a process to
But
do
in
it.
this
We
case,
can't just say, we're gonna have a tire account for police cruisers. Well,
No, I'm talking about, we incurred a cost that we're going to be reimbursed for.
Mhm.
And to me, it seems whatever we charge for that account is where the money comes back in, that the reimbursement comes back.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we're whole.
No, I agree.
So I don't
In the
know,
corporate world, I think you can do that, but in the
but I don't
public world, I
know
don't think you can.
if it's, those costs are put in like a liability account and we get reimbursed, and I don't know where on the chart of accounts that should happen.
Ask
So
them.
I'm gonna ask them.
It's not material to what we're doing, so.
And I was waiting for Jackie to come in tomorrow, because on that piece of property that the town took, I don't know what that process is.
Yeah,
I-
I don't
I
either.
talked-
I've never
I
dealt with
talked to
anything like
the
that
chief
before.
and he did it once, Jamie did it once. So I don't know if I'm supposed to write a deed or,
No, the deed's been done. Deed was done.
the deed's been done.
Deed was done May 5th.
Okay,
Selectmen saw it.
I guess we're asking your experience. What is?
So
now what?
immediately from the time that deed is done, should be put on Primex, on insurance, that
Yeah.
property.
Yeah,
And,
change the locks.
yep, need to go down and make sure nobody's living there, that someone hasn't moved in there, and hopefully not, because then you gotta do an eviction.
I imagine we have to post it.
Have to post it, change the locks, and usually code
Jack would do
officer,
that, wouldn't he?
code officer and police usually do it.
All right, so Jamie's on it now. Yeah.
And he's probably talked to Jack, because I've talked to both of them, and neither one of them had been told anything.
And
Yeah,
let's put this in writing,
Yeah.
so we have, anytime this comes up, we have a policy.
yeah,
And a
so,
checklist of what to happen.
yeah,
Yeah, well, when I told Audrey that day about the Primex, and then I said, you gotta secure the property, she said, I can't do that. I said, no, the police usually do that. So, and I will tell you, well, maybe I shouldn't on TV.
yeah.
No,
Okay, so we'll work on it.
it's a discussion of process. You can
Right,
discuss
another-
that.
You know, another issue has come up with that property, so.
Yeah.
Anything we need to know about right away?
Do we want to go into non-public?
What?
Do we want to go into non-public?
Yeah, for a minute. Were you gonna, did you have something?
Did you have something you wanted to add, or are you just
Yeah.
hanging out?
Oh, I was just listening.
Okay, all right. Thank you again.
Have a good evening.
Oh, we got it, thank you. It'll be C for education.
You all set? No.
No. Reputation?
It's a bizarre thing that I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna put it under reputation
Okay,
then.
fine.
I'm gonna make a motion that we go into non-public under 91A:3, 2C, matters which if discussed in public would likely adversely affect the reputation of any person other than a member of this board.
So moved.
I moved. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Well, Murray, yes.
Nancy, yes.
Bridger, yes.
Okay. All right, then I'll make a motion that we come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now back to our regularly scheduled meeting. We were in administrator updates.
I think that's probably everything I have.
I did do a roll call vote.
For what?
Roll call to come out.
To come out? Murray, yes.
Nancy, yes.
Bridger, yes.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna address the, you have all 3 copies of the transfer station scale bids?
Yes, we do.
I wasn't at the last meeting, so I don't know how to present it or what you asked for.
We have copies now.
Okay.
Do we
So
just,
when I wrote an
Go ahead.
email about this, I
Thank
said I thought we should have a written document that would specify who we talked with, why we chose those particular people to bid on it, what the bidding result was, and why he thinks one is a better choice than the other ones. All in writing, not just he said, she said stuff.
No seashells.
Say again?
do you want to discuss this in our work session?
Yeah, we just got it.
I
so
think, yeah, I think that'd be a good time to
I can't-
hash it out.
Yeah, I was under the impression we would have it prior to.
Yeah, but we didn't
Today.
get prior, we just got it,
Yeah.
so. Because we asked for this at the last meeting, 2 weeks ago.
So I was told that he provided you a packet the last meeting, so I didn't know what was in that.
He handed a packet with old dates, and I said, please get fresh quotes.
Okay.
Is that what you remember?
Yeah, I have,
And I asked for them, and the one you had at the previous, not the ones I added to, was the only one I had
Okay,
on file from recent.
yep, I think I
Yes.
asked for fresh quotes.
I
And it
believe it
appears,
was a 2025
it appears we
date
have,
that we had
yeah,
from the best,
And all of
the one
these
he
are from-
recommended.
from May of '26.
Yeah, we,
So these are all fresh quotes.
the one he had given us was November 2025.
Yep.
So we asked for the fresh.
And I think he did,
Updated.
that actually came down, yeah.
Okay.
And are you gonna do Wolfboro Parks and Rec, or?
Wolfboro Parks and Rec, that's on our work session schedule,
Is
right?
it work session?
Yeah, yeah. And,
I guess the only thing I really have, well, 2 things. I'm looking at maybe changing the hours, and I'm working with Cammie to see how we can do that. Okay. I just learned tonight that she emailed you all individually, so I'll work with her and come back and see what we can do. I balanced out the operating budget to what we had done, and,
the changes that we made,
right.
and that's
so-
in the budget committee's packet,
Yeah,
okay?
so if you have any questions on that, let me know.
I did have, let's see, I just had a note, I don't remember having the longevity change, but that might have just been because of the elected official change.
Right.
And then the government buildings police station. My note said it was gonna go down 14,600. So I just wanted to double check the numbers on that, which I should have printed out the email I had sent with that. That's Parks and Rec.
I had a question, the capital reserve funds that we established for 2026, they don't have any amounts listed, the first 1, 2, 3, 4 lines.
Because those are additions to existing capital reserve funds. So if you look at the
So they
report
listen-
before that, from the trustees of the trust funds, you can see what was added to them and what the balance is. And I can't track the trustees of the trust funds numbers. They can provide that report monthly. I mean, I could, but it would be
Okay.
duplicate work.
So these numbers that are missing are in this report
Correct.
that you don't have access to, that you can get from the trustee of the trust fund. So if they give you this, you just hand this to the budget committee.
Yes.
Okay,
And the chairperson from that committee is on the budget committee too.
okay. Fair enough.
So I just
So
had
I have a
that,
question, why does some of this stuff have to run through Audrey?
Like what?
The trustees of the trust
It
funds?
doesn't need to in the future, thank you.
Yeah, well, my point is, let's have the trustees of the trust fund send a report wherever they want to send it, but it doesn't have to go, it's like a handoff.
Oh, yeah, and I know what you're saying. When we've got the chairman of the trust fund sitting at the budget committee table,
Right,
the request should go to that person, not you.
Exactly.
Fair question.
So how do we make that change?
I think we just state.
Just say it, okay.
To say it, yeah. I mean, it's our obligation to support the budget committee when they make requests of financial information, but it seems kind of silly to,
The
Circuitous.
middleman.
Yeah.
How far away from being able to use the report writer?
The
budgeting
Clear
report
Gov?
software?
We have a meeting tomorrow with them, so I have a work session tomorrow.
Does that mean the software is here, or it's coming, or where are we on it?
It's in the cloud.
Okay. So
I saw that
are we
actually.
using it or not?
Not yet, we're verifying the data transferred correctly.
Okay, so
So-
how far away are we?
I'll be
Because,
able to answer that better, but my goal is to have it operational by August 1st. And that's with,
that's 2 months, here's my point. If we can make it operational, we can teach the budget committee, and they can pull out whatever reports they want. So so the sooner that we do that, the better off you are.
right,
So
Yeah,
I
my
think
pride-
August 1st is too far away.
I think so. Okay, let's see what tomorrow brings that meeting, and I'll have an update.
well,
Okay.
remember there's a break in their meetings.
Yeah, they don't meet again for a while.
When is the first meeting?
It's like the last week of August.
It's in here.
it's in here. The schedule is in here.
Probably around the 18th of August, if I had to guess.
I think it's, yeah.
September 1st. Aside from the one tomorrow night, September 1st is their first meeting.
So,
So I think if
I
we
need-
could give them a
yeah,
month to
I
get in
need to
there and
verify the
understand it.
data.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple department managers to learn it and use it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
I think they need a month to get their feet wet too. I think the budget committee should have it August 1st.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, have them have it.
Yes.
first.
Right,
Yes.
right, that's
Not
the goal.
just not us just being able to run it.
Right.
No, I want to be able to hand it off, yeah.
Yeah.
But outsourcing payroll was a priority. And I was so grateful that it's done. We just got a letter from New Hampshire Retirement System that 2 of the employees are going to be in a different category. New Hampshire Retirement has different levels, so if you're hired before the state, you get this. If you're hired after the state, you get this. And so you gotta keep track of every employee and what level they're at and if they're police, fire, employee. And so I forwarded, I said, I assume you received this, do I need anything to do anything to support you? And she said, nope, we got it. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, I always outsource payroll, it's such a pain in the butt.
One expense I went over with Bob that's coming up is I have 2 welfare cases. One of them has taken a considerable amount of time. That's one of my tasks is welfare. And then one came in today. So there's certain rules about, like I can't tell you who they are, but both of these are shelter cases to help people. And Pastor Kevin from Melvin Village Church he teams with me and really helps out a lot. Yeah, they're so good. They're this community is incredible, helping that church and that church helping the people. But sometimes it's just like, one of the things last week was working with New Hampshire Electric Co-op to prevent electricity from being turned off, and setting up a reasonable payment plan, because they'll set up a payment plan that you pay this every week, and it's like, they don't have that income on a weekly basis, Social Security comes in once a month. So, yeah.
And just go through the process of welfare agent, how you and one selectman are the welfare agents.
Well, every town
So to
does
speak.
it differently, so.
Because I know you and Chip did it before.
Yeah, because Chip was the welfare person, representative for the town, whatever you want to call them. And so I would run everything past him, but they have to fill out an application, there's guidelines. They bring in bank statements and utility bills, anything I ask them to. And if they are a property owner, we put a lien on the property, and then when the property sells, we should get reimbursed. Although on one of them, right, it sold 3 times, and that title search company's like, hey, there's a lien on this property by the town. So we still insist that the latest buyer pay off that lien. So
Actually, the seller pays off the lien, don't they, Jackie?
Well, yes.
Ultimately.
yeah.
Okay. Not the nitpick.
Yeah. So in Tufton Borough, it was Chip, and Bob has stepped up, so I review things with him and say, okay, this is the situation, and how do you want to proceed? Because by law, we have to provide welfare. In some towns, they're just given a budget, like in Effingham, they would put in a timesheet or a stipend for each case they dealt with, and then there's on top of providing the welfare, they paid someone to do it. It could be multiple roles in town, but they perform pretty much independently, autonomously. So I wanted to let you know, because the one last week had to be a good hour and a half. I was with her, and sometimes I get yelled at. Yeah, told them Tufton Borough is a very rich town, we should pay for everyone. And I've been hung up on, and so it's not always a pretty part of my job.
Obviously, they don't need the money then.
Right? If you don't want to fill out the form.
So I have a question on the
Yes.
warrant, the money warrant articles.
Yep,
This looks like it's coming off of a Excel rather than, is this something you have to do by separately?
yeah, and this is the first time I've created it, so the solar, I think it was the warrant article was the year before.
So why don't we do it quarterly? I don't think it, things shouldn't be moving around that much, should they?
No, no.
There's no reason, I mean, I understand it needed to be done, but it doesn't have to be done repeatedly.
No.
So can we just agree that it'll be done on a quarterly basis?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Cammie's learning how to make the request of the trust funds. So if it's a regular warrant article like Jack's truck, we just pay the bill and it's an accounting thing. If it's a capital reserve or an expendable trust fund, then we pay it. We fill out a request for the trustees with a copy of the invoice and then get reimbursed. So, and we have paid all of the warrant articles to the trustees with the exception of the paving. So if you look at your trustee.
Oh, which one?
Paving,
Oh, okay. Because we haven't spent it.
and it's a heck of a lot of money. So right now, the tax bills just went out, and I work closely with Jack Widmer to make sure we have the operating cash. And he's going on vacation, so I know what I can pay and what I can't pay.
Mhm. I thought
maybe when he gets back from vacation, it's been 2 years, I think, since the treasurer and the bank met with the selectmen.
Yeah, I remember meeting with them.
So
Yep.
we should probably do that again.
Yep.
The result of last time was that they doubled the interest rate on the money market account. So the interest we get is much better.
Yeah, I remember sharing something
Yeah,
the last meeting that we had.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
I remember good things happened.
yeah, it was about 30,000 a year.
Good.
I just wanted to go back to the budget sheet because we
Yes.
kind of moved on. So I just had a few things that were a little different, and the one was the police station government buildings.
You know, I'm just gonna
Um,
run to my desk because I put that folder right back in my
Sure.
drawer.
I'm not gonna be in Privilege tomorrow. I got budget committee.
You know what I found at the swap shop last time?
Privilege board? Oh, really? Good. Did you grab it?
Yeah.
Good.
Somebody, a couple people have asked recently, and Bill Stockman has told me he's gonna start coming.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah, he likes to have it. Good. Good. Nice to see Bill back.
Yeah, somebody had asked me recently, well,
I asked you.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
And,
seen Bill?
I walked in, I worked Vegas and walked in and was like, oh, I just wanna put it right in the car.
Good.
Okay, so what I have is the sheet we went over from March 13th. That's what I did it off of.
That's what I'm looking at too, Audrey, so we're on the same one. So the police,
Same run date?
yeah.
You guys are looking at the same?
Yeah,
3/13.
Yep.
2026, 1:44 PM.
yes.
Yes, okay. So I believe it's the repairs and maintenance.
Yes.
So I had that going down to, I believe, $1 since the
Okay.
new
What
building.
did I?
Did you pull that out of your budget packet?
This is from the
No.
March.
Good, because I
13th.
have, good.
No, she didn't.
No?
All right. Because I have a different time on mine.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is from March.
Okay.
This is,
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't have that anymore.
And then I didn't have anything marked for the longevity. But I know we had discussed longevity pay changing. And then I think that was the only two that I just wanted to make sure I had clarification on. And also the youth assistance. That got revised, and I don't remember having a conversation about that, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, the Parks and Rec was the one I really wanted you to look at, but to go back to the police station, my note was just minus 3,000. And I had a revised total of 176,424 in red. My red is my notes from that night. So we took 2,000 out of the Central Park Electric, and then I had 3,000 out of there, and then I had the what was the other reduction? 7,000 out of the town office improvements, because they did a warrant article for that, and then I had 2,000 out of substation improvements for engineering, because we have an engineering warrant article.
Yes, I have that.
So I had 7, 8, 9, 14,000 reduction. So.
But also, I'm wondering, so the line item I'm looking at had 14,600 that we adjusted under the police department, but this one has a 12,124 budget. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly which one that was. That we were pulling that from.
Can I see that for a minute?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Because the only 12,000 line item is the fuel.
Yeah, that was
Semester.
a combination of all of them, so that would have been the original amount. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that was all 4 of the police station categories together. Was the 12,124, and I had taken 3,000 out.
For the, okay. Okay, so then I was looking at repairs and maintenance instead of
Government
electric.
buildings, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so the last 4, the police station one.
okay.
Might just want to clear that up, so it's not so confusing,
What do you want me to do?
the line. Government,
Do you want me to list each one of them?
Maybe
Okay.
just note where they came from. I don't think you have to
Okay,
yeah,
list each one.
yeah, know where they came from.
all right,
Because I think they're gonna look at that.
They're gonna
and
look at it, and
the
they're gonna
line
have the
item
same question.
all right,
and say what item has that line budget.
Yep.
okay.
Just for clarity, that's all.
And then I was just a little concerned about presenting that we revised the youth assistant budget whenever we haven't voted on that, presenting it.
Which one?
The youth assistance, I believe under the Parks and Rec, so it was adjusted by.
Yeah, that's why I
For-
really, I wanted you guys to look at it, because in Parks and Rec,
Yeah, if I remember right, I don't always remember right, but if I remember right, I had a problem with that line because I feared that we were taking money from, that we were gonna owe Parks and Rec for 2026. The 16,000 something
right.
dollars. If we take that money out of that line and at the end of this year, we still owe them, depending on, it's all agreement pending. If we still owe them close to $16,000, where are we gonna get the money from if we've just taken $8,500 out?
Right. Yeah, the changes that I had from the this is May 1st, 26
Yeah,
budget I'm looking at for Parks and Rec was water safety instructors went down to $1 since they're not finding instructors.
Right.
Support staff
yeah,
went down by 1,000.
yeah.
Concerts went down by 1,000, and beach docks and maintenance went down 2,000, which you had all correct here. It was just that line item where I don't think we can present that that's been changed when we haven't agreed to change it.
I agree with you. 1, 2.
Because even if we send
3,
this document to Borough Parks and Rec, they may not
6,
Right. it may-
take it.
Right.
You know, we have to wait, and I'm
All
sure it'll
right,
be
so-
discussion and.
That 3501, we would have to take it somewhere else out of, is there another category that I missed?
Because I believe with the Parks and Rec changes, we met that.
I thought we did
I
too.
thought we did
Number,
too,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I remember you saying, we're there. We're there.
Mm-hmm.
Did we do that in in public meeting or a work session?
It was a work session. It was Jenna's very first meeting.
And it was a work
Well,
session and
the-
not a meeting? So we don't have it on video, do we?
Right, for the March, for the most recent one, the first week in May, was in a public meeting. But that, I believe we just discussed Parks and Rec up in that meeting. Because I don't have any other notations.
The bottom line on the new one that's in the budget packet, that ties to the budget, correct?
Yes, yes, I checked that number,
Yeah,
and
that's the
that's
first thing
correct.
to look, everyone will look at.
Okay, so then we have to take 3,501 out of somewhere else. If we're not gonna take it out of that line item, we need to take it out of somewhere else.
In that, the email I sent where I put all of this in writing, those were all made and it reflective of here. And then that should have been the number, we would have met the bottom line number here. So are we, just trying to think where we missed a
Yeah,
number. And not that it's gonna make a difference, but this was a little bit off. It was $2 off our BOS budget. It's $2, but just,
okay.
so not that that's gonna impact a lot. But that bottom line here.
How have we done historically on tuition reimbursement? It's $1,000. Excuse me.
That is a planning number, and I don't know if you've ever used it. Are you printing Jenna's email?
Were you reading my mind? Because that's what I was just gonna
But it's doing
put.
crazy things. It's gonna be loud, I'm sorry.
So,
Thank you.
had to reduce it. I have to get my budget packet. Sorry.
So I noted that we did drop that 14,600 down to 14,599. It wasn't very legible, so I just rewrote. So I had noted we had changed that as well in that March 13th meeting.
Oh,
Because the new police building's being built.
Central,
So we don't,
Central Park Electric, you have $2,000. I don't
Yeah.
see Central Park Electric on this list, unless you
Is that
include it
being
in
lumped
government
in?
buildings. Substation improvements, 2,000, that's good. Health insurance. $30,003. You have 35,000. There's 30,000 and $3 here.
but then some came from longevity, so did Audrey maybe split it here?
I don't know, it's a difference of $4,997. Police repairs and maintenance. You've got $14,600.
But we would have to leave one in for,
Yeah, but I,
leave that line
well,
item
sure,
there.
Yeah.
14,500, but I don't see it over here on this list is what I'm getting
no,
at.
I don't have that marked on mine at all.
and that was what I was questioning with
Yeah.
that 12,124,
Supports 10 grand.
All right,
thinking it was
so-
coming
So
from
there's some
this.
contradictions between these two.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night, Jackie,
Jackie.
thank you.
Okay, so,
Code officer per diem, 5,000, we got that, 49.99. Other highway, streets and consulting engineering, it's 29,999. Yeah, so the police repairs and maintenance,
okay, so the police repairs and maintenance of 14,600. And then if we go back to government buildings for police, on page 4. I had reduced that by 3. Did you have that one also?
I have, yes,
Okay.
down to 2,000.
So if I take that down, it would be 14,599, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I put back in, that's number 1. And then if I go to put back in the youth assistance, because when I did look at Parks and Rec, I was like, I think we were pretty tired by then. I had 7 coming out of it originally. Right, I had. But that would be bringing the budget too low.
Right.
So,
But we still, so that 14,599 was still in this.
right, so now
May
I'm saying
1st, so-
if we're reviewing it right now, with fresh eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and we take that 14,599, that means we put money back in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So where do we want to put that money back in? I hear that we want to put the 3,501 back in?
I think that's dangerous money to play with.
And I don't think we ever said that we would take it
Yeah,
Okay, I had a circle around it, but no dollars. Okay, so that okay, so that's 3,501 going back in. So where on this list do you want me to put money back in?
so are we at the point where you've taken out too much?
Yeah,
And that's probably why we had to relook and make some other changes, because that one
Did
had
we
a-
really take 2,500 out of the budget committee's legal expense line?
yes.
How much are we putting back?
The budget committee cannot hire legal against the town, right? So they can get legal opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
are you hearing Chip talking? And,
No, I'm hearing me.
okay, I know. My thought and opinion to you is, put it under docks and bridges, because one of the engineering things you're going forward with is, to replenish the sand at 19 Mile Beach. And you're not gonna have any money to do that. You know, you'll do the engineering out of the warrant article, but then you're not gonna be able to buy any sand or hire anyone to do it.
I think we have to clarify how much money is going back in.
And you also, yeah, you have the, you hired an engineer and you encumbered the funds for the boat ramp at,
19 Mile Bay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where you're gonna need money.
But didn't we set up an expendable trust
Not
for engineering?
for engineering, not the sand and the work.
Right, but for engineering we did.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to fix the dock without money.
You mean the beach?
The beach or the boat ramp. You're not gonna be able to fix them.
Can we put the beach sand under docks and bridges?
You can, if you have it in that docks and bridges, then you can, it's earmarked as a selectman's line item. If you were to put it under,
Under Parks and Rec?
then
Beach maintenance?
Dennis is gonna want to spend it the way he wants to spend it. So, my suggestion is to put it where another department head doesn't have control
Think of
over it.
theirs.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. Am I off track by thinking that it needs to be put in a more appropriate line? Like, I mean, if we put it in Parks and Rec under,
I'd put it, if you wanted a different line, I would suggest that you
Under-
put it under,
under beach and dock maintenance, which already has $3,000.
my suggestion would be under general government buildings, to put it under 19 Mile mowing and electric, but I can create a new one that says 19 Mile beach or something. Or, you know, it's town property that you're maintaining, it's not Parks and Rec activities. This is,
I'm okay with that.
it's not like you're hiring someone to go rake the beach. That's what Dennis does with that line item. You don't want to give him another 15,000 for sand.
Right. We have a few projects too from the memo you sent from the annual inspection about things that need to be, you know, repaired, or they don't really seem to be significant
Oh, the joint
amounts
mass.
of money, but you know, the lattice around the portable toilets is loose and missing at the town beach. That needs to be repaired. highway garage, which I'm not sure if we address because we're rebuilding that,
Right.
but missing boards. Oh, that's around the sand shed though. So there are, there are suggestions. I don't think it's a significant amount of money, but
How much are we putting back?
So I am out of the police budget, repairs and maintenance, $14,599 is coming out. We're putting the rest of the youth maintenance back in.
but that's actually not out of this budget. It's not reflected here.
What?
This still has this.
What date is that?
This is 5/28/26.
Yeah.
So unless you,
It's the fresh one. It hasn't been deducted yet.
Parks and Rec,
Page 9.
okay. And bottom line on this. Are we at the budget committee's budget?
Yep, 5460369.
Okay,
Yep. Did you
so if
take,
it's not coming out of it, then we're at where we need to be.
did you take all these items out of the budget that they reflected?
Yeah, so I might have gotten overzealous in my list. There's something I must have missed in my list because I had to make it come up with that amount.
Yeah, well,
Gosh darn it.
gotta do the math again.
So I can look at this with fresh eyes tomorrow. But if you wanted to move around that 14,599, you could do that. But I will verify all these items against this.
okay.
Shit. Do you,
How do you want me to proceed so you're ready for tomorrow?
well, I gotta ask two questions first.
Okay.
Did you do Jenna, did you total this, your list up and what did you come up with?
I did not, but I can right now from
My battery's
this.
done, my phone's about ready to shut off.
Yeah, I can total.
And your list, was this done in Excel? Did this sum up the columns or did you do that manually?
I would have used Excel.
So if you used Excel, it says 117,350.
Right.
I guess this,
So somewhere this 3,501 I took out to get here. So I just have to match line by line.
yeah. So I guess what we need you to do is redo the sheet.
Yes,
And the budget committee already has this?
yes.
Yeah,
So this is 106,598. And then I also had a note that 15,000 was adjusted, noted for fire. So that would put us
121?
Too high.
too high at 121,598. But on this sheet, there's, I believe, 10,000 that has been changed from fire. With the fire department shift coverage and full-time fire department overtime is 10,000 change.
Okay, and what did you have? Sorry.
I had 15. We didn't pull that out. That was just a number you had said that you had spoken with.
So the real number is 116,598, right? If it's 10,000 versus 15?
Yes.
Okay. So you're only $1,000 off. Not even. You're about $800 off of what we need to be at. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was 117,350.
Yep.
Yeah, $752.
That's pretty close.
I like it.
Yeah.
And remember, this was before any adjustments to Parks and Rec.
Yep.
Were these changes. And we took out another 4,000, 7,000? What was that? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, essentially 7.
All right, so I think what I heard is I have to go back and revisit fire for that 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, you have 10 out of here, which we don't need the 15, because that would put us at 121,000.
Then you gotta revisit health insurance,
Yeah.
because Jenna has 35,000, you have $30,003.
Plus dental.
But then, right, so she split it between dental
And
and health.
police repairs and maintenance, Jenna has 14,600.
Did you have anything on government buildings?
The only thing I have from there is 3,000 out of Central Park Electric.
2,000.
Well, 2,000 is left. We took out 3.
So if I redo this, do you, and email you tomorrow, Jenna?
Or no,
do you-
excuse me, you're right. 2,000 is left.
Do you have time, if I
1,000.
redo this list tomorrow and come back to this, would you have time to QC it tomorrow?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I will not be here tomorrow evening for the meeting, but I can look over it
Okay.
beforehand.
All right. So Steve can let budget committee know that Jenna and I work together and we'll have it balanced, and I'll have paper copy ready before the meeting for you.
Okay. I think as long as we have something to hand them, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna go over the old list and they're gonna have a ton of questions and criticisms and all
Here's what
that.
I think we should tell them, that the materiality here comes into play. And we've got a $5 million downstroke. So what materiality would you say that is? 10% would be closer to mine, or 5%, whatever, how close you wanna be.
I think we have to be
A lot of these
right
numbers
on
are
it,
not
right?
really that far off of what they had.
right.
Oh, probably not.
Well, no, I'm just looking down the list.
Yep. No, all I'm saying is the list that they have right now isn't right.
Yeah.
And they're gonna bring it to our attention that it's not right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether we give them a new one or not, they're gonna let us know that it's not right.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all right.
But by 6 o'clock tomorrow night, it will be right.
Yes. Hopefully by 10 a.m.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
So I did do a 6-year trend of Parks and Rec. And when I took out the amount for the dock last year, they spent $62,000. And they've never been, in '23 they were at 63,000, but most of the time they're much less. So I thought you'd be interested in this as their rep when they build the budget.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
They plan well, but they always seem to have money left over.
Mhm.
All right. All right, where are we now?
That's all my items.
That's all you had?
Yeah.
Okay. Selectmen's update, Steve? I know we talked about a lot of the talking points that
Yeah.
you wanted.
Yes.
Okay. Jenna, nice work on the draft for the Parks and Rec agreement.
Thank you.
We'll iron that out at our next meeting. Anything else?
I just wanted to ask a follow-up. Steve had presented that fuel consumption and strategy document, if anything was done with that, or do you remember the questions? If we were doing, I couldn't remember from my notes if we were planning to do something with that, or if it's just a discussion item.
I think it was a discussion item, and we were, if I recall right, we were going to be reaching out to the major department heads that use the fuel to get their recommendations or their thoughts. But you've been on vacation for a couple of weeks, so I don't know where we are with that. Or if we even discussed that while she was here.
No, it was when Audrey was here, but
Okay. It was an action item, I'm pretty sure. An action item for you guys.
I read the email. I don't remember taking it as an action item, actually. If you want me to draft a memo to the department heads and how they can,
well, it was a question. It was like, what do they do? What are they doing? What are we doing here?
How do they track fuel?
Yeah.
How do we divide it? How do,
all
basically,
right,
It follows the document that I wrote.
so, okay. So I'll pull that back up and send it out.
okay.
Okay.
And then just the memo, I noticed that they were looking for signatures. I don't know if we need to do that tonight. I just had a question about one of the items, which was the transfer station water quality. Are we testing that for drinking water? Because one of the things was that Chris said he wouldn't drink it, but it tests in the ranges. So I didn't know if it was just preference, or like, is that what is it there for their potable water, or is it non-potable?
Good question. I don't know what kind of water we're talking about. If it's potable water and it tests within the state's parameters, it's drinkable.
Didn't a month or so ago when Jack was presenting, he talked about testing water or something? So Jack's on the Joint Loss Committee. I haven't actually read that document. So we could even ask, so it's Caleb, Jen, Dennis from the library, Chris, not sure if Chris Rules, someone from transfers on it, and Jack's on it. And I think they meet quarterly.
Mhm.
Maybe semi-annually, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a Primex thing.
Yeah, so they come meet here and then they do site visits once a year,
Okay.
so.
If we're gonna sign this, I just kind of wanted an idea of what kind of information that
Right.
was entailed.
Yeah, I think
I'll send it back tomorrow.
by signing it, all we're doing is acknowledging that we read
That we've
it.
received it?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
But as far as recommended changes, we still have to decide that,
Okay.
if there's any recommendations.
Right, and then I think, just for clarity, that there was things on Melvin Wharf and the Lake Street Wharf and the town Union Wharf. And one of these is under, don't we have a warrant article for? Is that the Union Wharf or the Melvin?
Well,
I think the description was things that need to happen, and I was going to invite Tyler into one of your meetings. I can't think of the name of the company he's from. Tyler.
yeah, I know,
But-
I know.
He's, what?
Headwall?
Not at all.
Headway?
Headwaters? Yeah.
Headwall? I don't know the
Something like
name,
that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't either, so. I do want her on my team when I do charades, though. So, I was gonna invite him in to talk about, the project that was approved last year for him to do, which is the boat ramp and,
Lake Street boat ramp, right? Or like at the Pier 19?
yeah,
Because
because.
I know we're talking about both, and I'm getting
Yeah,
too confused.
So that's what he's hired for,
Okay.
and we have encumbered funds from last year for. And that was approximately $4,600.
For engineering,
Yes.
okay.
But for the other two, those both need work. One of them,
I think we got preliminary engineering done and estimates.
well, I think on one of them, Lake Winnipesaukee Association was moving forward and did a lot of work. And we were talking about putting a berm across to prevent future runoff and a retention tank, remember?
Yeah, but that was on Melvin Wharf Road. And the Lake Winnipesaukee Association had they were gonna give us a grant, but the grant had an expiration. The work,
Right,
the
they
work-
had a grant and they wanted to spend it.
Yeah, and the work had to be done by December 31st, I think, or
Right,
something like that.
And that
And
was
it
October,
didn't get done,
right,
or whatever the
Yeah.
deadline was, and it didn't get done, we lost the grant.
right. So,
We do have the engineering,
yeah,
but we lost the grant to do the work.
but I just can't remember which one it was, if it was Lake or the other one.
Well, the one that we're just talking about now, that was Melvin Wharf Road.
Okay, yeah,
That was
so
that was the drainage.
I think that one's worse than Lake. That's the one you want to do first. But the selectmen did go out with him and look at Lake. I didn't go on that sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We walked Lake Ave or Lake Road, Lake Street, whatever it's called. Came up with ideas about what direction we wanted him to head in. He did that. I think he came back with a proposal, but I think that's where we're at. You have to dig that back out. And then at the same time, the same visit, we walked the Melvin Wharf Road.
Mhm.
And that's when we came up with the other thing that we were just talking about. I don't think we went down to 19 Mile Bay on that day.
No.
It was just Melvin Village.
So if I invite him back in, he can update you what we're doing here, because you also asked him to do the standard punishment
Yeah.
permit.
Yeah.
So the town can't just like break the beach and dump sand, we need to get the state permit. So
Right.
he was working on that and the boat ramp, right?
Yeah, I mean, does he have to come in, or can you just give us an update on?
Well, he
All
hasn't
those.
met the full board,
True, okay.
but we want to wait a little bit because we just did the permit
Mm-hmm.
and,
To the beach,
no, for the boat.
boat ramp?
Yeah.
Okay,
And the state has different measurements on the existing permit than what's currently there. So he's working with the state.
okay. So, that's our update.
Yeah.
That's our update on the 19 Mile Bay boat ramp.
But once he gets more concrete information, we can figure
Yeah.
out what's really going on there, because there are a lot of complaints about that boat ramp.
Oh yeah, there've been complaints for years, but it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
But the repair, we're gonna have to do a warrant article, right?
You guys are telling Jim to go in and fix it.
Well,
Depending on how much money you have in the budget to do
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Docks and bridges.
Yeah.
So, are we having Jim fix the slabs, or
We have to find out.
putting sand on the beach? You know, we
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
do something with limited funds.
Yep.
Okay.
All I know.
Okay.
Okay, and then I think the only other thing was, I just wanted to follow up on the conference, if you're going to the conference, or you had asked about the conference happening this next week? Or
Yeah,
2
so
weeks, or how?
I did cancel last week, and there's a penalty. So I thought I would go Wednesday, and I'll be here Thursday. So I'll do one day.
Anything else?
No.
All right. My update is just, I put together the draft for the transfer station study committee, ad hoc committee. We're going to hash that out at our work session and go from there. That's about it.
Yeah, look good, thank you.
I had a note from Chris Sawyer about the matter that's,
Yes.
I want to know if the document's been conveyed to,
I was just conversing with our attorney earlier today. My last response, or her last question for me was, do you want me to send it? And I haven't got a chance to respond because we've been in a meeting, but my response is going to be yes, to send it.
yeah, that's what we decided.
That's what we decided, yeah.
Okay.
But like I told you before, I wanted Audrey to read it and understand it first, just out of courtesy, before we sent it to them. That has been done. I've conversed with the attorney. She wants to know if she can send it, and I'm going to say yes.
Okay. So would you
That it?
entertain a motion to adjourn?
If we have no other business to attend to tonight, all we have to do is sit here and sign some
Yeah, a bunch.
signature lines. But if we have no other business, I think we've covered a lot tonight. And we're right on track for having 4-hour meetings. Gotta do something about that.
Work sessions.
Work sessions, back to weekly.
Weekly.
I don't know, just throwing that out there. We can't be doing 4-hour
No.
meetings every week.
No.
None of us want to do that.
No.
So we need to come up with something else.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a lot done, but it's taking a long time to do it.
So I noticed in here, not all these documents are approved. We've got checks, but there's things that aren't, there's no indication of an approval.
Yeah, we talked.
I'd like you to look at them because actually there were quite a few.
And I believe we,
I didn't know if I heard a motion to adjourn for adjournment.
not yet,
Okay.
not yet. He asked if we should make a motion, and we've had conversations since, so. But was it 2 weeks ago?
Say again?
Was it 2 weeks ago that we decided that we voted and said that we wanted to see approvals on every invoice that came through, not just the invoice? Didn't we vote on that?
I
We
believe
did,
that's
but that was so
would it have
fundamental
been the
that I didn't think we needed to.
Right, right.
Because 2 weeks ago, Audrey wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, it
So
was
it would have
earlier.
Correct.
been
Yeah,
the
she hasn't
four.
missed it.
Yeah,
Correct.
because Audrey was here when we talked about that.
So, like, a lot of these are routine. So, like, say Dolly's cleaning and Cammy writes the numbers in.
I don't care how
Okay.
routine they are. Every invoice should show somebody approved it for payment.
So you want my initials even though we wrote the number?
I don't care
Okay,
whoever's authorized to approve it, that's all.
all right.
Well, by approving, did you want the account number that it's coming out of?
Yeah.
Account number is
is that
nice.
already?
Well, Cammy does that, and those account numbers are always on them, but the point is, all the department heads need to approve their invoices when they send them in.
Right,
Lacking a department head in another department, you're essentially the person who would approve an invoice here. Like the one from Chris. That wasn't approved. The invoice is there, the account number's on it, great, but you haven't reviewed it and approved it to send it to us. We're saying that you need to do that on Dolly's invoice.
So on Mountainsides, you just want me to initial?
Yeah,
Okay.
that you have reviewed it.
All right.
If you know that the work was done, then yes.
So I'm not gonna know he blew leaves off of Lang Pond Road.
Neither are we.
Right.
I don't wanna pay for things that we know we haven't gotten, that's all.
So for some of these, it's a big change, like in our Howard, I made sure it got coded.
So there was one there for like 30-some thousand to Leonard.
Howard? That's the Howard one, I think.
The Ann Arbor Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got Cammie's initials.
Mm-hmm.
And how does she know that that work was done? We shouldn't be paying for things that we don't know that if we got it or not, that's all. It's just fundamental accounting.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything.
Well, I'm not saying you're the one that should be approving it.
Right, so, like this one, it's police station site work.
Well, maybe our contract construction manager should review the invoice.
Yeah, and I normally have him do every invoice. He's copied on all emails. Like Revision Energy, I was down there. I saw them. I can log in and see. So I know this is the balance of a contract.
We have to do it at the county
Yeah.
too. Every single
Yeah.
invoice has to be
Okay.
approved by a department head or some authority
Yeah,
before it goes to the commissioners for signature.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Basically, whoever approves it is vouching for the fact that the stuff was done.
Okay.
I don't care if you attach an email from Chris and Chris says this work was done, invoice, yada, 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 I can verify the work is completed. That works for me. Does it work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm surprised the auditors didn't bring this up in prior years. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
I would entertain a motion.
Oh, and Jenna would like to make it.
Oh, sure. Well, you had started, so I didn't know if you wanted to. I will make a motion to adjourn tonight's Board of Selectmen meeting at 8:28 p.m.
And I would like to second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.